All right, hello, welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging, and I realized while we were loading up that there's something I forgot to do, so this sucks. I don't know. You guys want to just call it?
Yeah, that's just
what
we could go back
Just
to the
what
title
would
screen
you-
and then come back in.
Okay, just quit. No, I meant like
we'll try again next week.
Yeah. Oh, you guys want to? Okay, keep
I'd like to hang out with my friends.
Yeah,
Please
could we just
don't leave
do that?
me.
Are they here? Are they here?
Yeah, I was about to say we got friends here.
I've
I know
been gone
where
for
you
2 weeks.
live.
We're really canceling.
All right.
I'll show up at your house.
Yeah, man. You have no idea what it was like without you, dude. It was.
I
kind of
was
saw what happened.
annoying.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, to catch up on the
Were you-
episodes last night.
Did you watch?
I did.
Did you watch this
I
episode?
didn't realize they're almost 3 hours long both times. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's been intense. Yeah, it's been intense. So
It's been crazy.
And not just
All right,
because we're
well.
camping.
No.
Stop it, Steven.
Intense.
Just stop it.
Intense.
Ooh, go ahead, Stephen. Roll a d10. Roll a d10.
Okay.
Roll a quick d10 for
that's
me.
a 9.
All right, lose 9 luck, please.
Okay, that puts me down to 14.
Also, 9
I'm just kidding. I would do that. I would do that. All right. Anyhow, well, we're back. We got the full crew. Long has made a number of apologies, so we've let him back in, and we're ready to go. However, I didn't do a summary for today because I've been pretty slammed.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm going to throw this to you guys to do the summary of last ep, and while you're doing that, I'm going to do the thing that I forgot to do. How's that sound?
Boom.
I think
I'm trusting you all not to destroy us.
I think
Okay.
I think Long
Good.
should do it because Long just
I was
watched the
gonna say the
video
same thing.
most recently.
he just watched it.
But you guys have met Long. You know that he's going to take 7 words to do it, and he's going to be done in 5 seconds. Boom, done.
And
We'll-
it's not going to
we'll
give
fill
you
in
time
the
to do what you
details.
need to do.
We're in a pyramid. Stuff happened. It's pretty cool.
I have faith.
All right, Long. In as many words as possible, what happened?
We started at the edge of a cenote. I think everyone decided to hop in, reluctant or not. There's chaos about. Maybe there's a crit fail in there. I know Will was like drowning. Marie had flashbacks of a younger years. They're both rescued and everyone regrouped. I don't remember.
And then
What else happened?
we have dead
You had to
air.
watch the first
So
half hour.
Honestly, super impressed that you got
Yeah,
that far.
You nailed the beginning. You nailed
Yeah.
the beginning.
Yeah, that was like the first hour.
And then we went
We-
into some caves.
Yep. We saw the
And we-
beast.
We went into the
beast.
cenote, escaping this monstrous beast thing. Like that's why we went in. And once
Yes.
we were in, we entered some caves that had been seen earlier by Rick and the other scouts. And went into the caves, saw a bunch of Mayan death ritual rooms. And while we were passing them, found some fucked up gem artifact things that played
Sensors
with lights.
made from meteorite rock.
Oh, thank
Mhm.
you. Yes.
Mhm.
But they're very clearly supernatural and occulty, which is the point, I think.
Aliens.
Our aliens. And then we Rick almost died in a
He was almost browned into tomato paste. Like Rick used tomato paste.
in a very terrible pitfall type trap.
Mhm.
Yeah, because the floor does this really trappy thing where it kind of rotates
It's such
downward
a trappy thing.
into the because there's spikes underneath, and so when the ground does its rotaty thingy,
Yes.
you can fall
Yes,
into the
and-
spiky
and
I
thing.
love the technical terminology.
Stephen was
Trappy thing,
insistent that
rotating
he is the
thing.
only one that did anything about anything, which is not what happened. But,
I'm pretty sure I
anyway.
saved the day.
There's some- Yeah, because I feel like Carmelita had a really good idea, and then Will helped.
Oh, don't you start.
Carmelita
Don't you start.
with-
But anyways,
Start with the jabs,
continuing.
needling already.
So Will
found-
had an idea of how to save Rick, and
Mhm.
Carmelita and Will implemented Will's really good plan.
That
It saved Rick.
as we continued and we found presumably De La Vega's ancestor, the conquistador.
Time traveling conquistador.
Yeah, so we're kind of learning that
Men had
time
all
is touching.
Yeah.
And it's kind of in like this weird loop, and text is like disappearing as we're reading it and stuff, and like new text has sometimes arriving. And then
So apparently he and his men and these social people are maybe stuck in this like weird sort of here, sort of not here plane. And those are the people that attacked us, and their whole vibe is just to protect this location from his estimation.
And we also learned when him and his people arrived, they interrupted a ritual. And that
found because we found some cells.
Yeah.
And in a cell, we found Francisco de la Belicazar.
Yeah, this time
we were already talking about him. I didn't realize you were waiting for us to.
No, it's just like the name was important because we've heard the name before.
Yeah. Del Vega's ancestor, like
specifically remember Carmelita liking De la Belicazar, despite him being a colonizer, and then disliking Rick Luke, despite him appreciating the culture.
I apologize to Rick Luke like 3 sessions ago for being a dick.
I'm holding the grudge for him. I'm petty.
Listen.
This isn't Will's grudge. This is Steven's personal
not
grudge.
Maitreyi.
And then we found a lever and we pulled it, and the ground stopped doing the like rotatey down to the spiky thingy. So then that made our future travels a little more safe.
I don't think Jeff is ever going to let us do a summary ever again.
Genuinely, I haven't been paying attention. I couldn't find what I wanted to for a really long time, and I come back and I just hear the lever, and I had flashbacks to old D&D.
I was surprised.
Had a whole like.
I was surprised you even gave us a lever, because I don't think I was even in like that original campaign, but I remember the horror stories of like
so fun. Our first foray into D&D, like when we were home game for a while, and it was just like I put a lever in there. Apparently that was a mistake because that just super confusing. Who the hell knows? They break it, they carry it around with them like it's a thing. I don't know what
we had it all the way to the end of the campaign too.
You did. You had the lever all the way to the end of the campaign. You guys went like to 20, almost. I think we're close to 20 in that campaign too, because that was like a 1.5 year campaign. So, yeah. Well, anyhow, thanks for that. That's great. Really do appreciate that. Are we ready to go? Is everyone caught up?
Actually, there's one last thing I wanted to mention. The monster that we escaped into the cenote from, the conquistador said that was likely the pet of the god, not the god itself.
Yeah, which I think is very similar to like the mouths that we've already encountered.
Yeah, just
like they're not
while we're doing a summary. That feels like something to summarize.
It's just like an extension of it. I presume it's a way that it consumes to feed the god, kind of thing.
Long, did we miss anything since you just watched it last night?
Sounds about right.
You didn't watch it. Look, you didn't watch it. Right. Okay, we're ready to go. Let's get started. It sounds like you guys did a great job. Also, I heard little bits and pieces. It was cool to actually also hear you guys talk it out too. I think it's really important to do that from time to time, especially in a campaign like this, so long, so complex. Like literally talking out whether it's in character or out of character, like getting you guys on the same page about that. So let's say we start up then. Let's get a little music going. You guys have been resting. We are in these. It's hard to really tell exactly what they are, but it was some sort of long corridor with the trap floors. The lever seems to have stopped that mechanism. You all decided to take a breather, take a little bit of a rest, get some sleep in the other end from where you had spoke with this conquistador man. And so if you all would go ahead and reset your daily SAN at this point, I'll say that you guys are secure enough.
Thank God.
In your
right, I know.
Carmelita already busted hers, and I think everyone was really close. So
5 of 8.
Yeah.
Oh no, my new daily sand cap is
Oh.
5 because I'm at 29
Mine-
sand now.
Dude,
Oh.
I don't know if you can change this or what, but my daily is at 10, which is incorrect. It should be 6.
Why do you say it should be 6?
Shouldn't it be? Because that's
I mean,
what
it
I hit
depends on
last
your-
time.
Sand, like the
What's your
No,
total
it
sand?
depends
No,
on your
it-
total
it
sand,
scales.
and then it
Yeah.
scales
Yeah,
down
it
as you
scales.
lose sand.
yeah.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Yep, you're
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. I
10
just didn't want to
limit.
You're a newbie.
accidentally cheat.
Nice shiny character with an
Yeah,
10
seriously,
daily
with all
sand
the
limit.
sanity.
I remember when I was.
We got
at,
her.
like,
We got her
9 sand.
to a temp in sand pretty quick.
Yeah.
We got
That
there-
is
we got
true.
there fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick learner, this one.
I only
Okay.
have like a few sanity more than Mel, who's like an OG character. So I think I'm doing all right.
As we learned last time, Melissa's been cheating. Like, I'm not sure if you listened to the beginning of the episode. There's a lot of infighting before last week's episode. It was pretty ugly. We almost had to close down the
be
stream.
part of
Oh,
the summary.
I cursed at will in stream.
Yeah,
I,
pretty rough.
I did. We did. How did we forget that
Okay.
in our recap?
Okay,
I
everybody
didn't forget.
calm down.
Calm down, calm down.
Everybody,
Everybody take a second. Motorboat.
we're back. We're
Focus.
back. It's too late for motorboating. That was truly okay. We're back. Okay, so we see this little montage of everybody kind of setting up a place, finding your own little corner in this dead end hall, rotating out who's watching. Sometimes the porters, Rick, Will, etc., whoever it is that wants to be part of the cycle. And we'll say that about 6-7 hours pass. We'll say, or somewhere in that realm. It's hard to tell without the sun, but maybe Rick or one of you have like a pocket watch or something that you're keeping track of. In the night, you hear periodically the distant sounds of like a voice, like a swinging gate, like a slight rumble in the walls, as if there's something shaking, but not like an earthquake. It's not that heavy, but like any of you that are leaning against a wall, you just suddenly hear or feel like this little, and then it dissipates just as quickly as it arrives. When morning comes, you break out some food, you get your strength back up. Is anybody doing anything in particular? Anybody saying or talking to anybody in particular right now during these moments?
I think Will would be keeping to himself. He was very frustrated with the group the night before, and he would try to calm himself with his mantra that he's learned relatively recently, just repeating to himself over and over, very intentionally, focusing on each word. New Moon Rift will give clear skies of truth to those who find it. And that's what he's taken as his personal motto, and he's just calmly repeating that to himself.
I would say that Marie might try to kind of find Dr. Key at some point during the night, because Dr. Key hasn't been looking so good, sounding so good, acting so good. I think we can tell that she's kind of losing Sam a bit. So I would say she would... maybe as things are kind of winding down, she'll just kind of go over to Dr. Key. You hanging in, Dr. Key?
And she kind of gives you a really flat look. Like, Marie, we're in grave danger.
We are.
I'm hanging in.
We must always keep our heads about us.
Yes, and be aware of the dangers that Rick Luke was almost crushed to death. That could have been any of us. The monster chased us down into a cenote, and if we hadn't gotten in there, if they hadn't found it, I was shot through with arrows that somehow manifested in and out of reality, and I'm still alive when I feel like I should be dead.
I'm delighted that you are.
Thank you. I'm not terribly good company at this time. I think I'm just gonna go to bed.
That's okay.
I don't mean to be rude, but we need to, as Pastor Wood would have said, is we need to dig down deep and focus and make smart decisions and get out of here alive.
Yes, that was the general perspective that I was hoping that we could come back to. Yes, we can think our way through these things and be wise, and we will work together better tomorrow, I think. Good night, sleep.
Just tensions are high. You know, thank you for checking in.
Yeah, and Marie would kind of move away, kind of give Bev her space, but I think she would sort of like try to just kind of quietly hum, kind of like a quiet song, just to try to kind of just bring a little sense of calm and peace.
And before she does go to bed, she will kind of like roll over and give you like a pat on your shoulder, like just to like a quiet thank you before she rolls back over and just goes to ignoring everyone.
Maria will just sort of stay there, just sort of humming something soft until it seems like maybe Dr. Key has fallen asleep.
All right. So throughout the night, again, sounds, but nothing approaches your position. You seem to get through the night without any additional dangers thrown your way. Morning comes, you're breaking your fast, you're getting your rest. Remember, there's a couple of porters left, there's Rick left, and then there's the 5 of you all kind of clustered around this area. What is the plan for today? So maybe I'll even do this in character as like as Rick will come up to like, you know, Will and the rest of you to be like, so you all right, Billy? We got an idea of what's next.
The way out is through.
Okay, yeah, that's wisdom right there.
Do you think it would make sense then, because the ritual sites that we saw, this is probably connected to the temple then in some way, because they do come down here for sacrifices. So we're probably heading in towards the temple.
I was thinking the same thing, Doc. I was thinking the same thing. Like, just got to find that way, right? Is that where we're headed? Want to go in the thing?
Yes and no. It seems to be where we need to go to find the information we need, but it will be very dangerous, I assume.
Well, it ain't been like a walk in the park so
I
far.
agree.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
We still have one path
y'all
down
ready
this
to get going?
corridor we haven't taken. I think we just got to keep pushing on.
Indeed, I think trying to be thorough, making sure that we don't miss anything, but continue momentum forward.
Yeah. Again, eyes out for traps. If you do see anything inscribed on the walls, you know, let's try and keep an eye out for that. We did. Did anyone else witness like changes of the writings on walls, like as you're reading them?
Really, that I can think of.
I know Will did, but I think he kind of wrote it off.
He ignored it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Marie doesn't usually
Patrick,
read stuff.
Not sure if
Patrick, give me like a spot hidden. Carmelita, I don't believe so. At one point, she went to go look at it, but then like everything kind of went to hell when the corridor started turning. So I don't know if you ever kind of returned to that at that point. And then you didn't really see it in the cell because you were busy talking to Fernando. You were kind of leading that convo. But Patrick, if you want to do a spot hidden, we can see if maybe 20. Okay, so all this time, Patrick, if you have you been trying as best you can to keep the mouth at bay, and you know, probably sometime through the night you did your meditations, but there were a few times when you've like maybe looked up at the wall, and you've seen like something carved into it, like these encrusted old runes or symbols, and then like as you like take your breath in to center yourself, and you exhale, you just watch and you just see it suddenly seems as if it's been destroyed, as if something is kind of hacked against it, and whatever was carved is now the equivalent of just made impossible to read.
I've seen that key. The symbols that changed in front of my very eyes.
Oh, Patrick, you're still here? Haven't heard from you in a while.
I've been next to Key this entire time. We've been running through the halls together.
Yeah, we were talking and you yelled at me about it. Anyways, it's important that we pay attention to that because I feel like I've tried describing it yesterday and I didn't describe it well, but timelines are touching. It's almost like it's a circular loop, and the things that we're doing here is changing things in the past, or they're going back and changing things so that they're hiding information from us. I don't know for sure yet, but we just need to pay close attention as we can to hopefully find out anything that we can and that it doesn't get lost and destroyed.
As Beverly is rambling about time, Will is specifically looking at each of you. Like, are we actually buying this? Because Bev has been losing her sanity very clearly. Yeah. And now she's rambling about timelines touching and being a loop.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing.
I'm not the only one who said this. The conquistador yesterday also confirmed it.
Oh yeah, we trust the conquistador. Yeah, he's a valued source.
I would say if Will is making eye contact with others, when Will makes eye contact with Marie, Marie would just kind of gently shake her head a bit, and kind of like eyebrow raised to Will to see if he is also kind of shaking his head at this.
Kind of mouths to you, are we going to do something about this?
And Marie sort of like quickly shakes her head and just sort of points to kind of where we are. Now is not the time or place to do anything about it. But Will would see that Marie is skeptical of this explanation that's happening. Sorry, Ashley.
That's fine. Do I see them implying that I'm crazy?
I mean, I told you the night before. Yeah. It wasn't implied.
Yeah.
Okay, I think everyone just kind of needs to like take a deep breath and like we're all in this together. So Billy, we ready?
Yeah, I'll take point. Rick, you mind bringing up the rear?
Hey, buddy, I don't want to like kind of steal your thunder or nothing, but you kind of look like a walking corpse right now. You sure you want to be up front?
Pretty sure I had to pop your rib back into place. So
I'll say your legs all torn up still. So you don't look 100% either.
I mean, well, none of us look 100%, but y'all hired me for a job, so I don't want to make sure y'all get your money's worth and whatnot. But all right, I'll bring up the rear, no problem. I can do. But hey, Raul, go on up there, Will. Just watch back a little bit. You see, like the guy who's been like Patrick's friend. He comes coming up and he smiles. You can see he looks very nervous. And the two porters that had ran off, you've not seen any sign of. So Will, you push forward.
Yes, push forward.
And which way do you want to go?
So we've explored 3 paths of this cross. I'd like to go to the 4th.
Okay. And as you gingerly step out onto this long corridor with all these different sort of stone blocks, you realize that the lever that was thrown last night still seems to remain in place, and nothing is rotating, nothing is shifting, nothing is moving. Occasionally you hear the sounds of like Francisco kind of crooning down like he was the night before. But otherwise, everything's very quiet. You travel for maybe 5 minutes, right? Slowly, carefully. You see signs of what was likely another collapsed intersection. Like you look down one side and like there's just no way through. You look down another and there's no way through. But eventually you get to the opposite end of this long trapped corridor that you entered in from back by the cenote in the caves. And you realize it comes to what looks like a dead end, Will. Except the wall that it connects to, it is a sort of a tall kind of niche in the wall, and there are all these different rows and shelves that have been cut into the wall itself, and sitting on them are skulls, like dozens and dozens of skulls. All of them, you can tell, have like this faded lacquering to them, this coloring to them, as if it's not just the bone kind of yellow color or white color, but as if someone has taken time to lacquer over top of it. But you can see that they've definitely been tarnished. Show you a little bit kind of what this looks like, except obviously this is sepia, but you can see each one of these has been painted in a particular way. What would you like to do?
Oh, exciting. So I'm speaking English to Raul because my Spanish is bad and my mind is non-existent. And I just kind of gesture, hold up now. This might be a trap. This is either a dead end, y'all, or it's something else. And I want to start inspecting all the skulls, seeing if there's one that like looks a little bit out of place, one that looks like it might have a seam around it that I could press it in or twist or, bop it.
Sure.
Twist it,
Yeah, I
pull it,
had
whatever
the
it takes.
same idea, so can I support Will?
Yeah. So Will, go ahead and make a spot hidden. You can do it with a bonus die with Carmelita giving you a hand. As you kind of go through and see if anything stands out from all of them. If like there's one that looks a little different than the others.
Every time I make a spot hidden, I miss Pastor Wood.
Who?
That is a 16 with the bonus die. My spot hidden is 42, so that is a hard success.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Okay, with a hard success. As you're going through it, you do notice like there's definitely very fine stonework here. Some of it's dated, clearly, but you can tell there's very clear, fine stonework. It's not that kind of rough cave wall that you've seen before. And as you go through each of them, you notice each of these shelves, you notice there is a small groove in one of them on the call it like the bottom right. There's one where there's a very small groove that you do kind of do that classic and you blow a little dust off of it and the groove becomes a little bit longer, and you realize you can take the skull if you want and kind of push it down that groove as you feel like it definitely is meant to slide down that.
And I would gently call back, everyone take a couple steps back. I don't know what this is going to do, but we're going to find out. And then I start pushing that skull.
And so you push and it gives and it slides. And then as it reaches the end of the groove, you hear it click and stick in place. And then you hear the sounds of some sort of machinery in the wall itself. Like, and you see the door kind of pop from where it is. As you realize now the whole skull wall itself is a door affixed to the wall, and it begins to slowly pan out towards you.
Well, look at that. What's behind it?
You see an extraordinarily dark hallway. However, it's a very short one. And so that when you hold up, or maybe Raul holds up a lantern, you can see maybe 10 feet into the hallway, there are steps going up.
Looks like we found that temple that Beverly was rambling about. Let's be careful. Let's go single file. Sometimes these steps have traps in them too. And I would start climbing up.
Okay. Is everyone following?
Yeah, I'm in the rear with Ricky.
Okay. And has Rick? Do you think Rick has seen the mouth yet? Like outwardly seen it?
If in scrambles or the chaos that's been happening, he might have seen glimpses of it.
Okay, so I would say you would probably be. He's definitely watching your back, but you can't help but notice that his eyes kind of glance down to your arm where you've got it wrapped up. He doesn't say anything, but more than once he is looking down at it, and you can tell he seems to be curious about it. And then he kind of looks back, and then he kind of, gophers his head up a little bit to see what's going on up front, and then kind of looks back to what he was doing.
We get out of this alive, I'll show you it.
You show me it? And he kind of like gestures towards your hand.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a permanent scar on there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Hey, I don't mean to pry, but I can't help it. Maybe I'm just kind of losing my wits a little bit, but I kind of heard it. Something coming from that bandage there. Am I just losing my mind? My marble's just getting lost.
No, not at all. It does make a sound every now and then.
Well, ain't that something? All right, well, I guess one thing at a time, right?
Let's see what's up ahead.
Yeah, okay, you go ahead. He sees like kind of peering, he kind of holds his lantern up, and every time you guys were moving, Patrick, it was just getting darker and darker and darker behind you as there's no light down there, and the only thing that is light is this little bubble of lanterns that your group has. Up towards the front, Will, Carmelita, since you were up there helping, and Raul, you start climbing these stairs. And they are very steep and uneven. Like every step is like a kind of a big step. They're very narrow, almost confining. You can't really walk 2 by 2. So like if you do, you kind of have to shift, and it's extremely uncomfortable. So you're having to kind of go in a single file sort of way. And each step itself is a little bit wonky. Some are a little bit lower, some are a little bit crooked and even. When you start moving upwards, you see, and you've been looking out for this, so Bev and Carmelita and anybody else who would have been looking, on the walls of the stairwell coming up, you see periodically these carvings in like a low relief sort of appearance. And there's all these like spirals. And then like everywhere you go, like you see them. Some of them are worn off. Some of them have been defaced. It looks like you've seen elsewhere. And then you can see in some of them, they have what looks like these carved, slitted eyes, as if these eyes are just watching whoever it is that is ascending, or maybe in some cases descending down the stair. You eventually, after maybe 20 feet, you reach what looks like a floor, and you see this narrow hall that you could step out into, but you also see that the stairs continue to go upwards as well.
Lita, what do you think? Up or to the side?
Who'd you ask that to?
Carmelita.
Let's go to the side.
Side it is. Just continue looking
Okay.
for traps and everything. But
Okay. You step out into what appears to be a long and narrow hall. More of those carvings and spirals, some defaced, some intact. And you even see off to your left is it looks like the hall. Well, actually, it would be more your right. The hall, like immediately to your left, it kind of comes to an end, it almost looks like. But then when you look to your right, you can see a long, narrow hall, and you can see what looks like a series of either alcoves or doorways. It's hard to tell from the angle you're at, every maybe 20 feet or so. And then at the far end, which is probably about 100 feet away, And the reason you can see it is there's a little bit of light, but it doesn't look like lantern light. It looks too bright for that. It doesn't have that yellow-orange glow of the flame.
Might be daylight. Might be a crack in the pyramid.
Maybe another entrance to down here.
Go towards the light in the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, let's see what it is.
Okay. You push down the tunnel.
Would Rick
You're right.
or I have a guess of, like, based off of these rooms, kind of how deep into, like, a ritualistic Mayan chamber we are? Temple? Or would that not be something?
You can roll archaeology. Sure.
Ooh, 74. I'll spend 4 to pass.
You don't want to push?
If you had a
No,
Bev,
I don't.
Bev, sure, I spent the. So Bev, if your orientation is right, if your research is right, you think you all have come up from some kind of underground, like prison or storage, or maybe even tombs. It's hard to say, but you would guess that you are on maybe the bottommost level of the pyramid right now. And as you're moving down, and as Will says, like that could be light. You think that might be an exterior exit. And you do remember, like, you guys saw the pyramid from the outside. You never actually went up and examined it, but you did see it on the other side of the plaza from when you came in. So that's probably what you would think, Bev.
Yeah. And unfortunately, she will keep that to herself. But yeah, she'll follow.
Okay. So, Carmelita, Will, you're up front. Raul's right behind you. You pass by a couple of these alcoves, and they are alcoves as opposed to full rooms. And you see in each one of them, in various states of being intact, each one is this hunched kind of reptilian, amphibious kind of creature that has a bowl-shaped head. The mouth is agape, and you can see teeth have been very finely carved, and the mouth is just open in some ways. And it's just the head itself is almost like a bowl in some ways, and it's flanking either side of you. Each one of them is comes up maybe waist high or so.
Kind of like they could be like
nothing in
a brazier.
Possibly.
Could I make an archaeology roll?
Sure. I mean, like, you could certainly make them to be used as a brazier. Do you want to look more closely?
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to inspect them, see what they would be used
you definitely
for, if I can figure it out.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, give me an archaeology. I'll take that. Sure.
I've got 21 in archaeology, but I just want the chance to try and upgrade it.
Hey, you never know.
I have a decent history.
That was a 57.
History in this case wouldn't. I don't think history would apply in this case, but archaeology I would take. 57. Well, you step up closer to one, and you notice inside of the bowl there is something. But when you actually lean over to look into it, you see it kind of flicker and disappear.
That feels like a mothwing fluttering that I need to inspect further. We said that Raul has a lantern, so I'd like to take the lantern and pour some of the oil into the bowl and light it.
Okay, so you pour it and you light it, and it definitely illuminates. And your hunch is kind of confirmed here that these were likely used as some sort of ritualistic, light inside of this tunnel. Absolutely.
All right. I didn't release a demon yet, so that's a good sign. And I would like to. It's going to slow us down, but more light is always good. Each time we get to an alcove, I want to put a little bit of oil in and light it.
Yeah, about every 20 feet, one on either side. Okay, so it doesn't take that long. And if you and you can even get Raul to help you once he sees what you're trying to do, he'll continue to do it. In the back, Patrick, and I'll say Marie, since we haven't really heard from you either, so maybe you're a little bit further in the back. But Patrick and Marie, give me a listen test.
Gladly.
Regular success.
Right. Okay, very good. Marie?
An extreme success. I rolled a 4 under 61.
Hell
Okay.
yes.
Patrick, you're further back, so you probably hear it slightly first. You hear something as you're coming out of the stairwell into the hallway, kind of following everybody. You think you hear something up the stairs. Like you guys decided to stay on this level as opposed to continuing it up, and you think you hear something. And then Marie, as you see Patrick lingering, and maybe he's just, listening. Marie, you hear the sounds of like coughing. Very faint, very distant.
Does the coughing also sound like it's coming from up the stairs? Like I'm moving in the direction that Patrick was?
Yeah, you and Patrick, and I'll say Rick is there as well. The three of you are in the back right now. And Patrick, you can hear the sound. Maybe you're unsure exactly what it is, but you hear something. You swore you heard something up the stairs.
Something up there, maybe. Hear it?
Yes, I also heard it. It sounds like coughing.
Someone else is in here.
And so Marie will kind of step back towards Will and Carmelita and Dr. Key. There seems to be someone coughing up the stairs. Did we want to keep going this way, or do we want to see if we have company not too far away?
Good question.
Thinking
it could be
maybe we
one of the
see
porters
that?
who ran away. Probably should check, make sure that they didn't stumble into a trap. They need help.
That would make sense.
I think
We
this
can go check it out.
little strand of daylight's going to have to wait for a moment.
So I imagine
Let's head
then
back
like
towards the stairs.
Marie and Patrick might be closer to the front this time, kind
Sure.
of as we're...
Well, as you come back, I'll actually give a listen roll to both Will and Carmelita as well, since you two are up front as you kind of start veering back.
My listen is so high. Oh, I passed. So would a hard success help at all?
Yes.
My listen is 22. I rolled a 13. I'll spend the 2 points of luck to make it a hard
Okay.
success.
Nice.
So Carmelita, you also pass, it looked like.
Yeah,
Will,
regular
you
as-
pass as well. You hear a voice coming from that light, and it's kind of muffled. But Will, you hear, "Help me. Help." And it's like this like trembling sound. Like you hear a palpable terror in that voice. Spanish. And it's in just like coming through that light.
I think it is a porter. He's saying he needs help. And at that point, I'll go, and I still want to be somewhat careful, but I'm moving much faster than I was before. I'm not checking each step the way I did.
I'm pretty much right on with us.
Okay.
You guys are separating?
Patrick in the back. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Patrick in the back, and Marie, you had called people back. What are the two of you doing as the two of you heard the voice up the stairs? What do you guys do?
We'll loop back around. They're running down the hall right now.
So we're checking out the coughing that we heard, right?
Oh, I was going to set that aside and follow.
Oh, okay,
Will and
okay.
Carmelita sprinted.
Okay. Yeah, Marie's going to go where Patrick goes. She's not going to go off by herself.
Okay.
Like, okay.
All right.
All right.
So it sounds like everyone's rushing up. Will, Carmelita, and Raul, the three of you have been out front. So the three of you come up, and you realize like through this series of two walls, there's no door, but there's like this little zigzag hallway around that is kind of cascading the light. And then suddenly the outside sunlight catches your eyes as you are standing, and you can see the plaza, okay, out in front of you, worn down high grasses. And you see maybe about 25 feet away, there is a kind of bloody body, and you see an arm kind of coming up and kind of reaching in the direction of the pyramid. It looks like one of your porters. Help me.
Is the gap letting in the light big enough for us to go out?
Yes, it's like literally you're at
A
an
full
entrance
door.
into
Okay.
the pyramid. Yeah.
I want to start to rush out, but before I go down, I want to poke my head out and look up higher, above the pyramid, make sure there's no one there.
While
Okay.
Will is
What about you,
looking up, Carmelita has run up to the porter and she's starting to inspect him to see if she can get him out. Like, is he attached to anything or anything?
So you just rush out there to him?
Yeah.
Is that the idea? Okay.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we get your sanity stuff off because it looks like you're on Foundry. It looks like you're still, you're no longer having a bout of madness. We can get rid of some of these effects. They didn't clear. They should have cleared. They're cleared now. Okay.
Sweet. Thank you.
So you guys are there. Will, you go to turn your head up to look above. Carmelita races out. Raul kind of calls out, a name, like Carlos, and then he starts racing out. Carmelita, give me a luck test.
I don't know
I'll do
about
one as well
27
for
luck,
Raul.
so 32.
Oh, so
That's
close.
fail.
Okay.
Spend 5 luck.
Okay. Spend 5 sand. The two of you go racing out. And as you're doing that, and as Will is turning his head up, Will, you see this tongue. You think at first it's like a snake draping down, but then you realize it's this large tongue that swoops down across the two of them. Carmelita and I think I get 2 of these. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. So here we go. Oh, goodness. You watch as Carmelita, as you're racing out, this tongue just reaches down, wraps around her, all in the blink of an eye, and then just begins to hurl her upwards towards what you assume is a higher level of the pyramid. Raul races, kind of stumbles as he is not the one who got attacked as he passed his luck. And he gets stumbling. He turns around, screams like at the top of his lungs. And you hear the sounds of the growl once more. Carmelita, you feel yourself getting pulled up. And when you look, you can see now that there is this creature, this massive creature that has almost like a frog-like body, but this tongue, which is as big as like an anaconda, comes out and wraps and starts pulling you up towards you. You just feel yourself get lifted off. And you are going to take only 1 point of damage. However, you are grappled and being pulled up. Will, and I need you to roll a sand test too, because you didn't do the sand for this, because you had dove in the water.
Sorry,
Will,
before I dock off 1 HP, did I get 2 from the sleep overnight?
Yes, everyone would have gotten 2
Okay.
HP, yeah, because we do the faster recovery.
Sweet.
So, Will, you turn and you look up right as she's getting pulled, like drippings of saliva come down on you, kind of right onto your face. You also didn't roll the sand because you were in the water of the cenote. So you roll a sand test as you see this creature like hovering above you.
Beverly's
Didn't I see it before it
crazy.
chased
She
us in
didn't
the-
see crazy shit. Beverly's insane.
And that
Didn't I see the creature when it was
pass
chasing us?
with 53?
You never saw it in like full light the way
Okay.
the
You
sound
heard
did,
it.
because you
Yeah.
you heard it and then you saw shadows in the distance at the end of it.
I'll allow
Okay.
it.
Okay. Thanks.
Carmelita, how did you do?
53 pass.
53 pass. You take 1 point of sanity loss.
Okay.
That is the minimum, even on a success, as you're being pulled towards this creature's mouth, which is wide open and is getting ready to chomp down on you.
I think it manifests
Will.
as her fucking screaming bloody murder.
Okay. Will,
14
what do you
pass.
think?
So I took the 1 sand as
Okay.
well.
You took the 1 as well. Okay. And now everyone, as you start to pile up towards the front, you can see the legs of Carmelita dangling and then disappear as they are pulled up. And you can see Raul kind of stumbling out towards the body. He looks back and he's screaming in great terror. All of you can hear the echoing of the growl. And we're going to go into initiative order.
Oh my gosh.
As this all happened as a way of getting it started. All right. Dex wise, let me Let me go ahead and just do a little mini startup of a. Okay, so I think Carmelita and Will both have the highest dex. So Carmelita, I'll give it to you first, or you can have Will go first. It's up to you. I'm
Will
not saying
probably
going
has
first
his
is
gun
better
out,
option.
right? So wouldn't he be before me?
Please?
Will
Hopefully?
never declared his gun being
I
out,
just
number one.
assumed. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But my
And then
French drill
only if he
sergeant
actually-
did teach me that sticking your head out of cover is useless if you don't have a gun to back it up.
Okay. Did you say at any point that you had your gun out? When you
I
were
thought it
moving around?
was going without saying because that's just
Did you
what
have
Will
your gun
always
out
does.
when you were lighting up the series of altars and the alcoves along the way?
When I heard the help me, that's when I pulled it out. No, it's really
Because
not
when
like-
someone asks
Hang
for
on.
help,
Let's do a little.
a gun is going to be
Sorry.
necessary.
It's fine. I don't have that.
Okay. I don't mind you having it out. You can have it out. I just wanted to give you shit. But you can say you have it out. Sure.
Even if I don't have it out, I'm pulling it out and I'm going to fire with it.
Okay. You're gonna fire up at what? Carmelita? You're just gonna put her out of her misery.
If it comes to that, yes. But the tongue first.
Okay. Go ahead and fire.
And I can fire multiple times if I want on my turn and take a bonus die after doing that, right?
You've got. I think your gun's got what? 3 shots in it. Is that right?
No, my pistols each have 7.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I forgot what you had.
They're automatic.
All right.
as well.
Oh no. You do not have both of your guns out. You have one.
No,
of your
I'm
guns.
pulling
If
one
you're
gun
using- Okay.
But you
What
can
are you doing with the?
because it's an automatic. I
like
can fire 3
lantern.
times on a turn.
Okay.
I believe is what I was saying.
Oh yeah. I think so.
So
Yeah, you have max uses 3 per round.
And each shot takes a
55.
penalty die.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. So 55 is a success on the first one. Penalty die.
Okay. Just keep track of successes.
That is a 56. And I'm just going to fire the 2 shots this time instead of taking another
All right, so
penalty die.
2.
So
right,
2
1 second.
successes.
Right. The first shot you fire directly up, and you should hit the tongue, but you watch it just kind of flicker for a second, and then the bullet continues to fly up and out of your vision.
Don't like that.
The second one, however, you can see it splatters and hits. So roll your damage for the second one.
Only 5.
Okay. All right. As it hits, you can see like the bullet goes into the tongue, but it never kind of explodes outward in the way that you would think it would, as if this thing is sort of sturdy and made of stiffer things. So it's me saying it's got armor. Okay. All right. What's next? Got your next gun.
I don't ever actually dual fire. So I've just got the one gun and I'm taking my 2 shots. So that's my turn.
Oh, you're just okay. I thought you were doing like 3 in one and 3 in the other. Okay.
No.
You fire. You hit the tongue. The tongue is like kind of dripping a little bit here and there. Carmelita is still being pulled up. She is still grappled. You shot at it, but did not choose to help her break the grapple. And now we go to Carmelita's turn. As Carmelita, you're being pulled closer and closer to its mouth. What would you like to do?
First, I want to try and take stock of what the fuck this thing is. Like, I want to know, like,
You have
does
no
it
idea
have
what
a
this
big
is.
mouth? Do I... basically,
being
I'm
pulled
trying to
towards
figure
it.
out, like, what my next step is, but I need to figure out what's got me before I can do that.
You have no idea what this thing is. This is a gargantuan creature that looks like it has like almost jaguar-like eyes, and there's more than 2. It's got a massive mouth and what looks like an anaconda coming out of its mouth, like a tongue wrapped around you.
Okay.
You have never seen any earthly thing close to it. So yeah, I don't know that there's really anything you could deduce just from
Okay,
looking
fair
at
enough.
this, other than you're about to die.
That's
You're in
that's,
danger.
Given that I don't really know how grappling rules work in Call of Cthulhu, Jeff, so I'm sorry, but am I able to get my gun out, or am I like, are my arms?
You can
pinned?
try to break the grapple, but I would say you're not able to get your gun out in this basic situation. I would say you would want to break the grapple first, as you said you raced out without looking. This thing wrapped itself around you, and so I don't think you are in a particularly good state.
No.
You can try to break the grapple in some way, like and then we can kind of flavor that as you getting the gun out and firing. But until you pass that test, I would say we'd probably want to hold off on like narrating that.
Sure. And
So,
that's just a strength test, or how do I?
Yeah, it's basically that. It's basically just like a fighting maneuver, and you're comparing. The problem here in this case is that part of a grapple in like a fighting maneuver is that you have to compare builds. And so you should look at your build, take a look at your build in your character sheet. If you are trying to perform a maneuver against somebody who has a smaller, and let me try that again. The character performing the maneuver has a smaller build than their opponent, then the character takes a penalty die for each point of difference. If an opponent exceeds the attacker's build by 3 or more, which in this case it wouldn't, any fighting maneuvers are ineffective. So you are not 3 times the size of it. So what is your build?
0.
Okay. This has a build of 3.
Right.
Which means any attempts for you to effectively break the grapple are moot. So what I will say is, though, maybe your hands are kind of free underneath the wrapping and you can kind of grab the gun in some way. And so I would say you can potentially have your gun in your hand. It's just like Will, but I'm going to give you penalty dies to any firing of it as you have difficulty kind of redirecting it. But you just trying to push your way out of it seems impossible.
Okay. I'm happy for that to be my turn. Like, that makes sense. Like, trying to break out of the grapple and then being like, I cannot do this.
It's like your first turn, you're just trying to
my gun.
To grit strength it, and then realizing it's just not gonna be possible.
And realizing I can't do that, and pulling up and getting my gun out in whatever way again.
Okay, you can do that, but this thing is about, like, you might not get a second turn. This thing is literally is pulling you into its mouth.
Can I still shoot it then?
Yeah, I said you can take a shot, but you would take a penalty die.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna.
What's your gun skill at?
Let's see. And you said penalty die.
Yeah, penalty die, just because I feel like since you're shooting while this thing's wrapped around you, it's kind of hard for you to contort and aim.
Totally. That's a 92 fail.
Okay, so you just start firing while we hear the sounds of the bullets like clinking off some of the stone as it's pulling you closer and closer.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
There was
Marie,
82 and a 92. That was a fail either way.
That was a hell of a fail.
Marie, you catch up, you look out, and you see the legs of her dangling, and you see she's getting pulled closer and closer to this giant mouth. You see Will firing at it, and you see Carmelita struggling, and she's got her gun out, and she's firing. What would you like to do?
She is going to, because Marie's not particularly strong. She only has a strength of 40. So I think trying to like pull Carmelita out of the grapple is, she's going to try to pull Carmelita out of the grapple.
Okay.
So, because her strength is actually better than her handgun, so that's what she's going to try to do. Is she's going to try to, like, these feet are dangling down, and she's trying to like reach for them.
Okay, so you want to just sort of jump up, grab, and just pull down. Since the two of you are effectively part of this, we'll bump your build. I'll say do this with a penalty die, as this thing does have a very strong grip. But because like Carmelita's clearly going to not like get in the way of you doing this, and then because her weight, your weight, and you're pulling it down, I would say just take 1 penalty die for this.
Okay. Yeah. I've got you. Oh, screw you, dice. I rolled a 2 and a 92, so that's a fail.
Okay.
Oh, brutal.
All right. So you grab her essentially by her ankles, right? And then you start going up and like the two of you are just being pulled up and up and up. And then I'm going to come to, I think Patrick goes next. So yeah, Patrick, you're next. Patrick, you hear the panic going on from the front of the line. You push up and actually, so would Rick. Rick would actually be going, but I'll let you go first. But you hear the sound of this panic coming. and you look up and you see Marie trying to pull Carmelita down, and then Carmelita being lifted away. Will just firing crazily. Carmelita kind of firing crazily. You see the guys on the ground, one of whom seems to be very injured. The other is your friend Raul, who looks up in this like state of shock at whatever the hell he's looking at. Patrick, what do you do?
First, I'm going to sling the rifle off my back. Take a look. How high up is it?
If you race outside and you look up, you can tell that you are on the western side of the pyramid now. It is essentially a tier or two above the entrance into the pyramid. And you can see it's kind of got this weird flickering look to it in some ways, but it's there and it's kind of sitting atop, and part of it you can see it sort of almost dematerializes for a second, and like waves of it move through, and then it's back. And it's enormous. It is like the largest creature you maybe have ever seen. And it is slowly pulling Carmelita up. And I would say it's maybe 15 feet above your head. But Carmelita and Marie are closer than that.
Curious if there's anything above it in the environment. Like,
if the pyramid continues to stack and taper until it gets all the way up. You're literally seeing the western side of the pyramid as it slowly moves up to whatever's at the top. It looks like some kind of room at the very top, but that's a ways up.
Yeah, I'll do the only thing I can do right now is just take a shot at it as best I can.
Okay. Go ahead. Fire.
I have a 25 in rifles. Let's give it a roll. 49.
Okay.
Let me see how much luck I need.
All right.
Oh. He's thinking about it.
24.
24 is a decent chunk. Let's get a hit in.
Nice.
I'll spend
Okay.
to succeed.
All right. You go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, rifle damage is a d6 plus 1.
Shoot it. Shoot it.
It's not. These aren't. You got one of the expeditions rifles. They're not the greatest.
It's struggling a bit. Let me roll it manually. 6
Okay.
total.
Plus 1. All right. So you fire up again, and you're just firing as best you can, and you can definitely see little explosions here and there, but you can tell that the bullets themselves don't seem to like just down it. It's not like you're shooting like a deer or something like that just would potentially collapse. Like, this thing is so enormous and so thick-skinned that it doesn't seem to affect it as much. Okay. All right. Rick will go, as Rick is at the same. Actually, you should have gone earlier, but Rick will come rushing up. Sorry, Bev, you're the slowest.
I'm aware. I'm dead last.
So, yeah. So Rick's gonna come rushing up, and almost in like comical fashion, is going to sort of leap up like a gentleman, kind of grab Marie's legs, and so he's pulling Marie. Marie is pulling Carmelita.
Where is Joy Boy?
I'm gonna
in the chain?
have.
I gotta know.
Safely in the
we don't
bag.
know. We don't know where Joy is. Safely in a bag, not able to breathe. Carmelita, roll a D100.
Me?
I'll say I said Carmelita.
Oh,
She's the one
sorry.
who's
Okay.
most affected by this. Yeah.
D100.
Yeah, you're just rolling. You're rolling for me for Rick.
78.
Just doing it out in the open. Okay. So 78 is a fail. But I would say, since this is going to most affect you, Carmelita, if you want to spend 8 points of luck, that would get him to a success if you want, and I'll let you spend the luck if you wanted.
Yeah.
Okay. So he is hanging on. He's pulling on Marie. Marie, you're pulling on Carmelita. The three of you are just starting. You can see the tongue now is beginning to get pulled taut and taut and taut. And then finally, Carmelita, you feel yourself just fall. And so Marie, Carmelita, and Rick all tumble down, falling prone. All of you are prone right at the entrance to it. And the tongue kind of flails back wildly. And just like, again, the saliva is still dripping down here and there. Okay.
Oh, my word. Thank you, Mr. Luke.
Oh.
And she like awkwardly and ungentlewomanly sort of falls on top of it.
Yeah, Carmelita is frantically thanking both of them.
The creature's still
You
here.
guys made a Rick
Pop,
Luke
pop,
sandwich.
pop,
You just hear,
We need
and
a
you still
fucking
hear like, "Ah!" as
We need to
Raul
go,
is like
let's go.
staring shocked. Bev, it's your turn. And then after you, I get to go. So what do you want to do, Bev?
Can I help people get up, like, on my turn so that they're not prone and, like, easily attacked?
Sure. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah, if that's your action, just pulling people up, pulling
I'm
people
yelling
up and like back into the
for
overhang.
Raoul to come back
Yeah.
inside so we can run. But my
I will
main
tell you this,
action
that
is to,
Raoul radically failed his sanity test, and so he is staring up in that classic like frozen terror at what he's looking at. And there is the body next to him that is calling out for help, but he is just staring with terror.
If
so
I
I'll say
glance,
you can get the three of them out in front.
Yeah, I'd like to get the three of them up.
Okay.
I don't know if I can get this information, but I'm curious if Carlos is bit in half, like the
I would say
other
you
body
don't
we
see
had
that.
found.
No.
Okay.
His arm was up and he was calling for help, and you don't see like he's definitely injured, but you don't necessarily see that he is like ripped in half like the other one.
Okay. And
okay, so Bev,
she's just like, please get up, we gotta run.
Yes, thank you.
So Will and Patrick, guns are up shooting. Carmelita, Marie, Bev, and Rick are getting up. We can see like we can see Raul is out there. Eduardo is one of the ones who can speak Maya. He is back, and maybe he's the one helping you, Bev, because I think you and him have talked in the past. So maybe he's helping you get people up. And then it comes around to this creature's turn.
Oh no.
Yeah. I got a lot of things I can basically do.
Uh-oh.
Oh man. All right.
Monster flex.
I have like 7 clear targets. So I'm just going to roll 50 to the 50 to see if
I just like to point out,
you or if I hit one of them.
Jeff giggled before. He's like, you guys are in danger. We're definitely
playing Call of Cthulhu. It seems pretty clear. Everyone's having fun but long. Look at him. Can't even smile. This thing hops down off the pyramid. Okay. So you see it hop down. So Will and Patrick, this thing shakes right next to you as you guys are standing underneath it. It hops down and the earth like shakes for a second and like dust kicks up, dirt kicks up, and it kind of whirls around and it like looks down at these two porters, Raul, your friend Patrick, and this other porter who is injured. And on its back, you realize there's more eyes. So even though its back is to you, you can't see the mouth, Will, and Patrick. You can see like these eyes just suddenly open up, not unlike what you saw carved into the walls of the staircase. These sort of jaguar-like eyes open, like it can see you. And then you see it rear back and down. You can't see what happens because he's so big. But let me see how he does. That's a 14. But you do hear a scream, but you can't necessarily see what happens, but you hear a scream as if it just chomped down on something in front of the two of you. And so Will, Patrick, it turns it back to you, but its eyes are now looking at you. And you can hear the screaming of whoever was out in front, Raul or one of the other porters. It comes back around. Will, Carmelita, you're at the top. What do you guys want to do?
I am still at the entrance, like closer to the entrance, right?
All of you are kind of are clumped together. Will,
okay.
You had to take a step out to shoot up. So the way I'm describing it, Will and Patrick, you have stepped out from the entranceway and are firing up. Bev managed to get everyone else up. So I would say Will and Patrick are the furthest out. And then everybody else is kind of clumped behind you by the entrance to the pyramid. Then there's this giant creature that is between you and like your porters that are clearly being attacked by this thing.
I've got 5 bullets in this gun, so I'm going to fire off 3 of them.
Okay, go for it. I would say point blank would probably apply as well, as you're right next to it if you want.
Oh, so I get more bonus dice?
Yeah.
All right.
You can have all of them. It doesn't matter.
Because you got
I rolled
penalty.
6 dice at once because I enjoyed the shake. But I already got a 3 on one of them. The other 2 are successes. Still successes, but doesn't really change it. So one of them's extreme. It doesn't matter unless it's critical, though, right?
No, it does matter because I do have something I can do. So let's do one at a time. So let's do the first one. So let's do the extreme first, right?
Oh, hold on. That's a 10, not a 7. So that's 2 extremes.
Okay, let's do the first extreme. Okay, that one hits. Second extreme also hits. And then you have any
The
other
third was just a
successes?
regular success.
Okay, that one, you see a flickering, and the bullet just kind of goes through it completely.
Oh,
But the first two hit.
Awesome. Rolling damage. Both 6s plus 2, so 8 times 2.
And again, you fire away into this thing, and whatever it's this outer kind of almost reptilian-like, amphibian-like skin that's covering it, it is sturdy, and it seems to be protecting it in some ways, as though it's not like your bullets are almost being slowed as it goes in.
And after he fires off the 3 more shots, he yells out, "Time to get going, back into the temple," and like takes a step back. I assume I don't have that much movement.
So you just like fire, and like you're like stepping back as you do
Yeah,
so. I can see
exactly.
that for sure. Carmelita, you're out. You got tongue lashed, nearly killed, but you're standing now. Your gun's in your hand. What are you doing?
Leaving.
Okay.
Fucking doesn't need to be told twice.
back inside.
Back inside?
Yeah.
Okay. So you race back inside. No problem. Marie, what about you?
So we still see our porters are still out there.
The two of them, you can't, like, this creature is so big, you cannot see what's happening to them, but you know it's something bad.
Yeah, so she would kind of be concerned and sort of looking at that, and just sort of like quietly says a little prayer and runs after Carmelita back inward.
Okay. So you race back in. Patrick comes to you, and also Rick. So Patrick can go first.
Is there any way to confirm what's happening to them if I scoot around in a bit before I run back?
Absolutely, you could if you want to take a couple steps around.
Yeah.
So you take a couple steps around, and you can see, similar to what was like probably going to happen to Carmelita, is you see this massive mouth has chomped down onto Raoul, and you can see Raoul is like is sort of in this mangled state of mastication, right? It's just, and then you see coming out of the side of the mouth and slithering down the tongue is like wrapping around the ankle of the other porter, who is like kind of reaching out for help. So they are both in a very bad way. What would you like to do?
I'll run back into the tunnel. So I can't help you. They're goners. Get out of here.
Okay. Let me roll his actual damage. There's so many dice I have to roll for this one. 1 second.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I don't have enough. I might have to go get more.
Oh,
Okay.
that's never good.
I will tell you that you are, with great confidence, Raoul is very much dead.
Oh.
There is no way anyone would survive that. The other one, Carlos, you're pretty sure he was still alive as last you run, but with that snake tongue kind of wrapping around its ankle, like you don't think he's long for this world, and you turn and you run. Okay. Okay. Rick. Oh man. Rick is gonna call out like, "Billy, what the hell are we doing? Eduardo! Where?" No. Oh, and he looks over and like there's Eduardo like helping Bev. Rule! Like, call out! And then like as like these different people are not calling out, he looks to you, Will. What do you say to him?
We got to regroup. We bottleneck.
Bottleneck. What the okay. And he does the sort of the same thing you do, as he does the sort of pull out the two guns from either side like he's in the Mummy, and he just starts firing as he starts backing away in. So I'll do the same thing you did and see if he did better. So he'll fire shots. He'll fire 3 shots.
It's not a competition.
I'm pretty sure most
First,
of the things
17.
Will and Rick.
Second shot, 16. I haven't even done the bonus die yet.
Oh my
I rolled
god.
an 11.
Shot. Okay.
I rolled a 3 on one of them, actually. Yeah. So
Okay.
you can't beat that.
Not a competition.
Well, I did run I rolled a 16, a 17, and a 25. So I think the overarching arc of
That's
that
basically
was
what
probably
I
better
rolled. That's essentially the same thing I rolled,
Mm-hmm.
but one less
yours.
on
That's,
each.
So it looks like. Okay, so let me roll some damage for him. So he just starts firing and backing away.
Did he
Right,
get 8 damage
so-
on each shot? Probably not.
He did. He actually rolled really well for damage.
Oh, come off it.
So
You're such a liar.
it dies. It's dead. He's like, I killed it. No. He starts backing away. Okay.
We
All right.
would be safe.
Sorry.
Will
It's hard
would
to
be
laugh
mad.
and do math.
Jeff
Okay.
kills his own creation because he's like, I'm gonna
Justice
fucking
by
beat
what
you,
I'm
Will.
Just as my
Just what I
demon.
said. So the two of you are
Everyone
just,
else will be happy,
are
but I'll be
firing,
pissed.
backing up. Bev, you can see now you're the last one out here. What do you want to do?
Oh, she's fucking running. Right? Yeah.
All right. You race back inside. You're in this narrow hallway. You are running out of, unfortunately, you're running out of porters, as that was Raul.
Yeah.
But you can see that you guys, the 5 of you, and then you've got three porters remaining alive, including your Maya speaker, and then you've got Rick as well. As you guys race back into this hallway, which is well lit because Will set up all of these braziers, what do you guys do? Where do you want to go?
First, before we do anything, Carmelita is apologizing to everyone, just kind of falling all over herself, just like I was just
Will
trying to get him.
completely
I was
ignoring
just
that.
trying to get him. I was just trying to get him. I'm sorry.
Will would
The
rush
hallway-
right past and then take up like a defensive spot in one of these alcoves with both guns like pointed at the exit to see if this creature is following us.
Patrick, you have that. You got explosives, right?
It's not going to do anything to
Collapse
that
the tunnel. Collapse the tunnel.
It's a bit narrow. I don't think it could fit in here.
Is it coming after us or is it staying out there?
It is. This is a narrow hallway. What you have seen is it has kind of that amphibian frog-like body. So
Yeah.
while
And
it
that
is
really
quite
freaky
massive,
tongue.
Cats are liquid.
Yeah.
you're not sure. You're not sure.
But is it coming in right now?
It is currently not. No,
Maybe, I mean,
it's eating.
maybe we try to get the explosives in its mouth and try to see if that does any damage to it. I think maybe we can get inside and get away from it. But the explosives, maybe we could use them if we get an advantage to throw them inside and try to explode it.
Right now, we need to focus on getting away. That thing can kill you in one bite. All right. Stay in formation. Start backing up. Get back to the stairs.
Okay.
Okay. Get back to the stairs. Still doesn't follow you. You're looking down the hall, well lit, and you don't see anything coming at you. You're right by the stairs now. There's the set that goes down. And there's the set that goes up.
Is there still a coughing
do you
sound
do?
coming up from upstairs?
You don't hear anything.
We should.
Okay,
I don't hear the coughing anymore. We should see what's up there.
Make sure we do a head count. We know we lost Raul, right? Who was bitten.
Yeah.
Is everyone else?
Yes.
And Carlos.
Yeah, we lost 2 outside.
But Carlos was
Carlos
one of the two
is one
that
of the
ran
ones
away.
who ran away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you guys are down to 3 porters, and you've got Rick. So there's 4 NPCs with you, and then there's the 5 of you. So there's 9 in total.
We go up the stairs, see if we can find an exit at the top of the temple. Maybe we can ambush it, throw the dynamite down there. Maybe we can help Raul before it's too late. But there's nothing we can do attacking this thing head on.
Raul's in pieces. I don't think we can help him.
That may already be too late. But yes, let's go upstairs.
You race upstairs, and you see an identical hallway to the one that you just left. Long, narrow, alcoves on either side. Same statues, same sort of figures. Graved into the walls, the same concentric circles, some of them with these open jaguar-like eyes. You see at the far end of the hallway as you come up. So in terms of orientation, I would say that you all think you're kind of on the eastern side of the pyramid, just like the back side of it, whereas the western side was the plaza that you guys just fled from. You can see at the far end there are legs sticking out from one of the alcoves, and there's blood on the ground.
Oh no.
God damn it. Okay, very quiet. That creature can move up those steps far faster than we can, and we've only gone one level barely above it. We need to be very quiet, see if we can help whoever that is.
And we have to watch out for traps.
Start
Okay.
moving down the hall to see if the person's still alive.
You move up and you see a couple things. First, you notice that it does not appear as though he was attacked by the creature. At least if he did, he doesn't seem to have been chewed or bifurcated anyway, because he has what appears to be 2 arrows sticking out of him, and what looks very much like a broken spearhead, like in his ribs. Blood on the ground. It is one of the missing people from your party. I don't think anyone actually interacted with him, so you might not know who he is. But Rick quickly rushes down. So did some of the others, but it's very clear very quickly there's so much blood on the ground that he is no longer alive. However, anyone who touches him realizes he's still kind of warm, so he has only died relatively recently.
Very close. We need to keep our wits about us. We continue going up.
If only we had come this way first, maybe we could have saved him. I heard him coughing. He was still alive.
And then we might have been shot with arrows instead of that creature trying to bite us. It's a lose-lose. You can't think that way. We keep pushing forward.
Hate these eye carvings watching us.
Did you see the eyes on that thing's back?
Yeah.
I saw it.
Let's just assume we're always being watched. If anything, this isn't home territory for us. They know this place much better than we do. We go back to the stairway. We keep going up. Agreed?
Yes.
Okay.
Go up to the next level. See an identical hallway. Obviously, they're getting shorter and shorter. But it's the same look to it. You can see the alcoves on either side. Same sorts of statues. Same bowls that you know of braziers. The same carvings. You don't see anyone up here, though. You step up here, you don't see any blood. You don't see any signs of the creature. You don't see any signs of anyone. And seems to be all quiet.
Can we see the top of the stairway yet that we're on?
Not yet.
So
now the question is, go ahead, Dr. Key.
do we keep going up and then have to scale down the outside of the pyramid? Or do we go back down to the cenote?
We're not going down. We're getting to the top of this sumbitch. The question for me is, do we go up from the inside? Do we follow this hall, hope that creature is gone, and we go up from the outside where they won't expect us to be?
We stay in safety as long as we can.
I don't think any place is safe.
I feel like the monster outside is a definite threat.
Will kind of feels the spear wound that he took 8 hours ago.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take the stairway.
Dr. Key, have you examined all of these images? Have you looked at them?
She would have been looking at them. But I think they were just described as just eyes, right, Jeff? And just swirls.
You're seeing the same things over and over again. Like in the stairwells, you're seeing you're seeing the eyes, and then in the hallways as well. And occasionally you can see what looks again like some kind of writing that you think is Maya, but then it's been defaced in some way, like carved something over top of it. This is not the first time you've seen these layerings, as if there's one sort of culture, then another over top, and then another over atop that, and this sort of weird, dizzying, anachronistic kind of way. The timing of it just doesn't make sense. But it's, again, none of it's something that you would be able to glean anything additional from, but it's definitely repeating over and over. Mostly in the tunnel, in these halls, it's those circles. You're seeing a lot of that.
Does the swirls correlate? Could I do a no roll to see if I encountered that in any of my readings previously?
There's no roll necessary here, because I do think you've already kind of pieced it together. Some of you,
okay.
When you looked at the eyes on the creature, or look at the eyes, there's a similarity here.
Yeah,
it does seem like these are in line with this beast that you all have been fighting. That as Maitreyi said during the summary was I think it was Maitreyi. Is supposed to be the pet of the larger thing.
Yeah,
sort of deal.
I'd like to try to, with one of the eyes, like scrape it and deface it. Just because as like a kind of test with like the whole like touching timelines kind of thing, to see if maybe that has any effect against like the monster in some way. Like if these are tethering it to the location or something.
Okay. Yeah, you take out a knife
Bitch.
and you start just stabbing the wall a bit, and yeah, you take one of these eyes and it is utterly defaced.
Okay.
Are you done now? Can we keep going?
And she probably would have been doing that while you guys were looking at something else, so she should be done at the same time. So your sash just kind of makes her like look at you and just roll her fucking eyes. Like,
I wasn't looking at anything else. I was saying, do we keep going up or do we go down the hallway or go up?
I think we keep going up. Dr. Key, you're done?
Yeah.
We're good? Okay. Let's go.
2 more flights like this until something is different. And the stairs end. No more stairs appear. And you're fairly certain you're towards the top of the pyramid at this point. You see that the stairs continue back down if you wanted to. But when you look out, you realize you have entered a room different than the hallways that you've passed before. And the most notable thing that you see is this massive stone altar in the middle of this room. On the ground, you see this large red stone disc in the floor that's like right at the base of that altar. And then you can see on the far western side, as you're on the eastern side of this, it's an open air doorway. And you can't see from this angle anything but sky and maybe in the far distance jungle, as you realize you are quite high up now. What would you like to do?
I'd like to try and look down that side that we knew the creature was on in Carlos.
Okay, so you sneak to the other side. Give me a spot hidden. Carmelita, what are you doing?
I would say that this whole thing is like really rattler, and she's usually like pretty impulsive and just kind of does things. But her survival instincts seem to have kicked in a way they never really have before. So she's kind of hanging back and just kind of following the group. She's very specifically not getting involved. And like when looking at the dead body and stuff, she didn't rush ahead. She stayed back. She's keeping herself safe in ways that she's never really bothered to before.
Okay. So you linger back. You hang back towards the eastern side, which seems safe. You see Will start to move to the other side. Patrick, what are you up to?
We're ascending the staircase and slowly peeking around the room. Make my way towards that open doorway you're talking about.
So you and Will start moving across as the two of you move from the eastern side of the stairwell towards the western open air doorway. Really, like as you look around, there are other walls like on the north and the south side of this large room in which there's this big stone altar. But other than the altar and that big red disc on the ground, there's like nothing. For the first time in a while, you see nothing on the walls. Like you don't really see any inscriptions, you don't see any carvings, just nothing. And so, Patrick, you can roll a spot hidden too if you want to kind of look out like Will is. What is Marie doing?
Marie, I think, would look at the red disc that's on the ground. Like she wants to take a closer look at that. Okay.
If you have got some kind of like craft or locksmith or mechanical repair or something that would sort of speak to construction of some kind, or interaction with a thing. I'm presuming that, unless you want to look at it from like an archaeological scholarly perspective.
No, definitely from the trap lock kind of perspective. So I'll do a locksmith with some audience help.
Okay. And then Bev, what are you doing?
Unfortunately, I have the pursuit of knowledge as something that's very important to me. So I will be carefully inspecting the altar.
Okay, I would take. There's a lot of different things I could take from you. I could take archaeology. I could take anthropology. I could take occult. Any of those three would be fine. All right, it's up to you. They all would kind of feed towards the same stuff.
So okay, so it's not like I'd get
whatever.
different. Okay, I'm gonna do anthropology.
Not really, no. All right, Will and Patrick, how did you guys do on your spot hidden as you come to the other side?
Regular success.
How'd you do, Patrick? What was that?
Regular. Okay.
Regular.
You said regular.
So have I mentioned that I miss Pastor Wood when I do spot hiddens?
We seriously have no idea who you're talking about. So like, it's just the weirdest thing to be bringing up characters from different games. Okay.
I have a 45 spot hidden. I rolled a 96.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
I'm going to say what happens is you misjudge the edge of this thing. You don't notice that as you come to, again, it's an open space looking out towards the plaza. As you both realize that as you come up, you can see that the steps with all those columns. And one way you can see kind of the edge of the clearing where the cenote was directly across this open plaza. You can see where the ball court was, where all of the tents and stuff. You have a perfect view of this whole place. And maybe you get a little enamored on that, Will, and you slip and you just stumble down the steps of the exterior of the pyramid, and maybe you fall, let's say, it's maybe you just fall like maybe 3 steps down, like these 3 big steps down, kind of bang your head a little bit. I won't have you like take damage, but you fall down and like you are exposed.
Going from the dark interior to the bright sun too probably was adjusting my eyes, and now I'm probably trying to regain my balance as I hit my head bouncing down.
Okay. And then Patrick, as you're looking out, you see all of the same array of this ruin, but you do with certainty notice that creature is no longer in the plaza below. There is this smear of red though. And you're not sure from this distance with a regular success if there's any like body parts or anything left up in there, but there is definitely this smear of blood, but the creature is most certainly not there.
Will, get your ass up here.
Yeah, just trying to get a better vantage point, and I'll start trying to climb these steps. I know that we're not on the actual stairway of this pyramid. We're in the big blocks. How big are each block?
So yeah, the blocks themselves are like you can climb them, but it's definitely like it's not like a staircase. Like they're 4 or 5 very foot. Narrow. They're very narrow in terms of depth, and so like you're having to like really like put some effort into climbing up of it. Okay. So you start clambering back up. Going back inside, Marie and Bev, the two of you were looking at the red stone disc and the altar. We'll start with the altar.
Before you start, I have a hard success. If I spend 4 luck for an extreme, do I get more info?
I would actually give you something. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yes.
Extreme.
Nice.
Okay. So you see it is a large figure that this altar is. It's carved into a large figure. It's a warrior, like that same garb that you've seen elsewhere. They're on their hands and knees, and they're clearly grimacing in some kind of pain. And on their back, there is like a bowl, but the bowl is like part of the carving of this figure, not separate from it. And what strikes you from your reading is that this is sort of like an inversion of what's called like a shahmul figure, in which like a reclining figure holds a bowl or tray on its belly, except this one is like the opposite way. You can tell pretty quickly upon examining this that this altar was likely used either for bloodletting or human sacrifices, because you notice there are tons of blood stains. Nothing recent, but there's definitely blood stains everywhere. With your extreme success, you do notice that there are these fine grooves that have been cut into the altar and the floor as well, as if one sacrificed on top of this or bloodlet on top of this, the blood starts to pour down into those grooves. Marie, how did you do? And we'll come back and let's sort of reset on all of that in a minute.
I did succeed. I might say for flavor on this, Marie kind of noticing Carmelita sort of standing a little kind of in the center of the room wide-eyed, might sort of be kind of talking to Carmelita out loud as she like, oh, that looks like an interesting red disc over there. I'm going to take a look at that. And if you want to come kind of take a look. So she's kind of trying to see if she can kind of coax Carmelita kind of out of this a little bit as she's just kind of taking a look and kind of talking and narrating a little bit.
She's a little 1,000-yard stare, but will absolutely take you up on the attempt she knows you're making, which she appreciates. So she'll come with you, and but she's not really looking. She's just kind of with you because you all
sort of shuffled a little bit in that direction.
Yeah.
It was just a regular success.
But what you attempted did seem to work.
Okay, I had to spend some luck, but I spent the luck to get a success.
Okay, what you notice as you come over is that the stone disc is at the base of the altar. It's engraved what looks like these radiating, like wavy lines. Like they definitely might be symbolic in some way. But what you would notice, considering your background and the skills that you rolled, is that they're not just symbolic, but they're mechanical in some way. And you start to see it, especially as Bev is like tracing these grooves down the side of the altar here and there. Between the two of you, you can see that the blood seems to come down and kind of goes through these grooves here and there. And then the disc itself seems like it's actually functional, as if it's some kind of door that if like a certain amount of like the blood fluid or something like that kind of channels down into it, it's possible like this door could open up. Like you would tell Marie that there's nothing on the exterior that suggests like this is a lockable mechanism. You would think it's on the other side. And so clearly these things that you see Bev tracking down and then you see on the ground, that's feeding whatever is supposed to trigger on the other side, because the grooves feed into the floor as well. It's a trap door of some kind. It just needs blood fluid, something like that. How much, you're not entirely sure, but it definitely looks like a certain number of that might cause this mechanism to activate.
So she's definitely kind of narrating that as she kind of runs her fingers through things. So there's Dr. Key. Yes, you're right. There's the grooves on the altar, and then the grooves follow in here. And I think this mechanism here, I think if there's enough of the fluid, I think it might initiate some sort of mechanism here. And perhaps we found a door. And Mr. Sawyer, don't go falling down the pyramid. I think we found another way to go down. We open this door over here. This red door, I believe, perhaps.
I can't tell if it has to be blood or if any type of fluid would be acceptable.
Well, you certainly know science much better than I think that water probably doesn't have the same it's a different fluid than blood, perhaps. It might not. We should try water first, though, because that would be far better to try with water first. Mr. Sawyer, have you joined us again?
Have I gotten back up yet?
Yeah, you didn't fall that far. You just quickly scribbled. It was more kind of the terror of like just being out in the open and knowing that the beast was missing. But it doesn't seem nearby. Patrick, you are looking, you're looking, maybe you even peek up towards the roof of the top. You're at the very top of the pyramid and you don't see anything up there. So wherever it is, neither of you can see it right now.
It's well established that Will does like carrying extra canteens.
That's why Marie's calling him over.
Unfortunately, he drank them all because it's been a very long trip. No. So I'll upend a canteen into the grooves, probably as close as to like the slots as it can be to try to, maximize the amount. It's only like a half gallon though. It's not that much.
Yeah. You pour the first one, you see the grooves, You see the water start filling, and you see it begin to follow those wavy lines and then dip down what looks like the contours of the trapdoor of the disc, right? But nothing happens just yet. Do you want to do a second one?
Will would kind of look at Marie and look like he doesn't want to upend his second canteen.
It's a significant amount of liquid, and it's much better if it's a significant amount of water than. And she's thinking about how much blood it would take from us to get all of that amount of liquid. And I think we should try the second one.
Oh, damn it! And upend my last canteen.
So you pour the second one in. The water continues to funnel through these, disappears down beneath the trapdoor. And then that's when you start to hear the sounds of like tumblers. And then like there's like a click. And then the disc falls open. Marie and Will, both of you roll a luck test.
Oh gosh.
I got 21.
Oh, 59 over 50.
I rolled a 28.
Okay. So you guys are both standing there. You're watching the water kind of shift and move. You hear the tumblers. The trapdoor falls open. And when you peer down, you see that there is a scrawny, scared looking man, bald head, kind of a strange looking contoured head, kind of an odd looking shape that you recognize from the photo of the Sancho Dominguez expedition. But as that thought is dawning on you, you also notice that he's holding a gun and he fires up at you. And this is going to go right at Marie since she rolled the worst of the two luck tests.
Always targeting Melissa. My goodness.
Yep. Okay. That's a success. God dang it. That's a 19. That is a success. He does not have good handguns, so I was kind of surprised that I succeeded. All right.
Probably about as good as
he
Marie's.
Fires up at you. Yeah, it's okay. 4 points of damage as you take a shot. And then you see his hand just like and he's like he's looking down and he realizes like the gun is like click, 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 like he only had like one bullet. Will, you're here. You just saw this happen. Marie, you get shot. And maybe it's not it's like a gut shot. Maybe it's like you got shot in the hip or something and you kind of go flailing backwards. All of you hear the sounds of the gunshot. Will, you're right there. I'm going to give you the first crack at doing something. What do you want to do?
I'd like to jump down on him and punch him and try to take the gun.
I love it. Give me a brawl test as you
My brawl's
leap
not
down.
the best, but I got this.
Take a bonus die from the sheer like the extra velocity
gravity.
you're going to get from falling.
Marie is screaming, just for anyone who,
So with the bonus die, I went from an 83 to a 3 under 45. So that's an extreme success.
Hell yes.
All right. So you fall down on top of him. The gun goes flying. You hear it skitter across. You bang his head and he just goes, and then you realize his body is kind of limp at that point. And you look and you see like he banged his head on the ground. Like you quickly check. Okay, you didn't kill him.
Oh, shit, did I?
But like just the sheer you got an extreme success.
Yeah,
so with your
yeah.
extreme
No,
success, he bangs his head and he just you knock him out in one shot. He is a scrawny looking academic, right? And he has fallen. The gun is kicked off to the side, and it does seem like the danger's averted.
Marie, are you okay?
Up top, yeah, and it's about a 6 foot drop, I think, that you fell.
and
Keep it down,
Marie
Ray.
just let out
Bev
a
would have
scream.
rushed to Marie and like also to try and kind of like silence her because she lets out this sharp scream and we're like,
Sure.
there's a horrific
Yeah.
creature that might come.
Sure.
Please.
Bev rushes over to Marie. Will shouts up to see if Marie's okay. Patrick, what did you say you were doing?
I was keeping Marie's mouth shut with this belt here. Bite down, and I'll check on her.
Okay.
The bolt wound.
You just pull your belt out, shove the belt in. She's got like it hit her. Like it's not like just a graze, but you can see it's not in a vital area. It's not like a major wound, but she got hit. We'll say the hip or something like that, as it was a relatively easy shot, and he just like panic shot at something. do either of you, Patrick or Bev, do either of you want to do like a quick like first aid?
Yeah, I'd like to attempt to.
Yeah, while
All right,
Patrick does
go for it,
that,
man.
Bev would crawl over to look down at Will and to make sure he's like okay.
Yeah. You see Will's down there. He's kind of standing up from the guy who's clearly unconscious. You can pick up his gun and kind of like stick it in the back of your belt or something like that, Will. And
Absolutely.
what you see as you look around, that you are in some kind of squarish chamber. It's got kind of like these rounded portions though. Like it's the room is definitely square, but then there's like these sections where it looks rounded off. And there's this red stone that you see everywhere, but it's not, as you kind of tap it, you realize it's not clay. Like it's there's something about it that feels to you, Will, is, and you've been to different places. You've done a lot of work in Africa, and you've seen a lot of like a lot of like ruins and things as well. But there's something about the composition of this that strikes you as particularly different. The walls, the floor, even the ceiling now that you see around the trapdoor, and you can also see the mechanism that was being fed by the liquid. You can see all these kinds of, I mean, they look like glyphs. They look in some cases like the spirals you've seen. They look like astronomical symbols in some ways. And the other thing you notice as you're standing here and looking around, the shadows move differently. There is light coming in. As you realize now that there are these two slits on the western side of the room, that they're narrow. Like you could potentially squeeze through them, but it would you really have to like kind of hold your breath as you do so. But you see light from outside coming in, and that's what you see.
Does this stone look like the sensor that I am still carrying around?
Not so much, because what you have was more like they're almost like gemstones in a way that were embedded into it. This looks more like a building block of stone. Yeah.
But they both refract light in different ways, in unique ways.
Yes. Patrick, how'd you do on your first aid?
You're a hard success.
Murray.
So you'll be fine, baby. It's clean graze. Just keep it down.
Okay, thank you. And she's still kind of like putting down on the belt because it still hurts quite a bit. She got shot in the hip. But I got the 3 HP back, so that's nice.
Okay. What's everyone doing? Will's down here in this room by himself. You guys are up there. A gunshot just went out. Scream just went out. The beast that you have attacked is nowhere to be seen. What do you want to do?
Marie, I think this is one of the guys from the expedition. Definitely not a native.
I thought I recognized him from the photo. Does he have anything on him?
I pat him down.
Yeah, like you can definitely tell he's got like this dry, like whatever they were using for rations, like he's got a little bit of that left. It's still in decent shape, but like this sort of padded down, kind of like almost like rice cakes or some kind. And then he also has like a big tome that he's been writing, and Bev probably has something similar, like just a big thing he's using to keep notes and such.
I toss all that up. I don't actually go through it myself. I just throw it up on the ledge above. And then I want to take my bayonet and I want to cut strips from this guy's shirt. If he's got a long sleeve, I'll cut the entire sleeve off, otherwise just around the bottom. And I use those strips to tie his hands behind his back, just as tightly as I possibly can.
Yeah, all that's easily
Bev
done.
will help collect the supplies that you toss up, but she's gonna like try and get with like Rick Luke, the porters that we have remaining, to see what we can get to like to help you climb back up out of the hole.
I mean, he's only 6 feet down. Like,
oh, it's only 6
just
feet.
reach
I
down
thought it
and
was
pull
like,
him up. And it's not a hole.
E10.
It's a giant room.
Yeah.
It's a large room. It's not a.
Is there?
And I would also say, Will, you would notice that there does not appear to be any other ways in or out of this besides the hole above you that you came through, the trapdoor beneath the altar, and these like narrow slits on the western side. You don't see any other doorway in or out of here.
Want to take a look, Bev? I'll lower you down.
I kind of do. Okay.
Promise I won't
Well-
scream again. You can go down.
Well, I'm coming down.
And I watch you come down because it's only a few feet away from my head.
Yeah. She's making sure you're like not in the way so she doesn't just like kick you in the face or something.
I'll get this guy propped up to a corner as well.
Okay.
Planning on waking him up soon if I can.
Yeah, it's easily done.
Bev would like to check out the engravings and such in this room.
You can give me a. You can't actually, because you would need somebody down here that can speak Mayan. So you would either need to call Rick down or Eduardo or both.
Okay. Oh, Rick can
Definitely
speak
tell that
Mayan?
You would need their helps. Oh yeah, he's super prepared.
Oh shit. Yeah, so she'll call out, "This isn't Spanish, it's Mayan. Can someone come help?"
And you say, you hear like Rick said, like, "Hey, Billy, catch me! I'm coming down!" And he's like,
I catch him like a
climb
giant
down,
baby.
and he's like,
And Bev's just
It's
like,
Oh, is that
Princess
the rib that
Bride.
broke?
And they ride away. Yeah, and they ride away on horses. It's beautiful. Okay.
"It's not Brokeback Mountain.
Hey,
It's
don't knock it.
Broke Rib Mountain?
yeah, Broke Temple, Broke."
The two of you hop down, or two of them hop down. So now there's Will, Bev, Rick, and Eduardo down here. Okay. And you can give me an anthropology.
Okay.
Or not even and you can give me a Cthulhu mythos.
Oh, I can do both.
Ooh,
Yes, you can do both. They'll different things.
look
Okay.
at you.
While they're like
And
starting
I would
to...
say, Will, you can give me a natural world roll. I know you don't have geology. Geology would be the best thing. I know you were looking at the stone. Give me a natural world. That's kind of what I'm using in place of people who don't have geology, which is
While
very
Bev
specific.
and Rick start like translating, Will would call up Carmelita, Marie, Patrick, one of you want to go through that journal? Start from the back. See what his most recent entries say.
If you could, Carmelita, that's all in Spanish. You best if you can translate for us.
I will start going through his journal.
Okay, absolutely. Okay. Especially if you start towards the end, you start to see as you're flipping through it, Carmelita, the pages are like very cramped, they're very uneven. It's hurried Spanish. You could tell like it's all kind of broken. There's not like these long flowing. It's definitely written in chunks. There's ink stains or smudges. You can definitely tell that this was written under strain or pressure. The handwriting is jagged, almost frantic in some places, like where it just looks like nonsense that you're reading. Like you're definitely getting this sense as you read through this that whoever was writing this was probably doing so in like a hurried state, afraid that they're not going to finish what they're writing. You can also see in the margins there are these like glyph drawings here and there, kind of half. You're not sure if they're transcribed or sketched. Some diagrams that are linking what looks like these spirals, these numbers, like these astronomical kind of numbers and such here and there, and things like that. Three excerpts towards the end kind of catch your attention, Carmelita. One of them says, the walls speak in numbers, and the sky is etched in stone. The old ones who raised this tower did not walk as we do, but rather moved between. I've traced their script across ceiling and floor. It's always in circles, always returning. This place is not a place, it is a vessel. Then another passage reads, red stones drink thought, which makes no sense. By fixing the will, one may bid the tower shift. It obeys, but not freely. One must pay something. It costs the mind. Can I afford it? And again, this is all in crazy hand. Or else have I the flesh. And if two voices command it, they wrestle until one is broken. But if he, and he is capitalized, but if he commands it, all resistance is nothing. And then you can see, like in the margins, it says, like, he commands it, the god of the black stone. And then the last thing it says, this is the very last line. I do not know the full circuit, only that it returns always. To control this thing is to step outside the flow of time. I pray no one learns it too well.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna share that with Patrick and Marie, and specifically point out that this was all written in a way that feels fairly staccato and manic. Like it feels like whoever wrote this was worried they may not even get it out.
Well, that man who shot me looked quite trapped, scared. Did you say something about circuit of time or something?
I did.
That's what Dr. Key was
Dr.
going on
Key
about this
theorized
morning.
before. That's what Balcazar said to us.
So Ashley flicks us off.
Carmelita, do you have a cult?
No, I don't.
You can roll it. Everyone's got a default 5, but you can roll it since
Oh.
you've been reading this. But you can give it a roll.
Sweet.
Obviously, you can consult other people too if you want.
Yeah. No, sorry. I just meant I didn't actually have it as a skill.
No, you have it.
I have it
a default
as
skill.
5.
It's just-
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, you can give it a roll.
A 5.
Okay. You between reading this and what he's saying, and maybe you can kind of think about why you would know this, or maybe why you would have seen it. But the way that he has drawn some of these things, it almost looks like ingredients, instructions, like the mathematical calculations here, like everything about this looks like it's not just his rambling lunatic, but also as if there's something between this that suggests as if he was trying to figure out function, and he has done so. And like you can see, like there's this moment where like the clarity strikes him, and then like he starts getting manic afterwards. But it almost looks as though he was sort of sorting out how to do something.
Okay. Do I have any indication of what that something that he was trying to do was?
No, not really.
Okay.
You can tell though that he has been, it seems as though he thinks he has been in this place, the trapdoor area, which he sometimes calls observatory, that he has been in there for just a handful of days.
Okay. Are any of the entries dated? And I asked that to see if
No.
they're related to present day.
No, but there are a couple times where he references he's been here, it's been like a day since he heard, the beast attack. It's been another day since the last time he saw somebody. And you sort of add it up, and it's only been a couple days. And according to your newfound friends, he should have been here months ago.
Okay. Sharing that with these guys as well. Specifically framing it as looks like it was trying to do something, but it's not clear what, but it looks like all of this was just him trying to sort out his thoughts. And it feels like he got to what he was trying to get to towards the end, but I have no idea what it was. But if he's talking about time and this place being a vessel and that kind of thing, maybe he was trying to have some control over that. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but the other thing is, was it the exhibition photo, and wasn't the exhibition here months ago?
Yes. Yes, that's everything we heard.
This at least seems to indicate that he thinks he was only here for a few days. Not months.
Perhaps he got waylaid. Or perhaps he lost track of time.
Or maybe he's a time traveler.
Maybe.
Posh and nonsense.
Okay. Back inside, Bev, did you roll your anthropology?
I did regular success.
Did you roll your Cthulhu mythos?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend luck for it.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, gosh. You spent 35 luck.
I did.
Good on you. Good on you.
You are looking at everything around here. You call down your two friends, Rick, Wardo, and they tell you that, like, what you're looking at that you thought was Mayan is not. Like, this is a different language. It's similar, but it's different. And, like, the three of you, and this takes a little time, start to kind of put your heads together. But then you start looking at other things in addition to just the language, like these glyphs, these weird, almost like formulae. And it dawns on you, Bev, because you've read some of this kind of stuff before in different books. This is a spell. This has every making, the way things have sort of been carved through here, the way the light dances around, shadows move around. This entire room, not unlike the various engravings that you and Shyma at the time have seen and how they've conveyed perhaps some sort of magic. It's not those. It's not exactly that. But that maybe opens your mind to the fact that such a thing like this can exist. Some of the texts that you've read have had built within them this notion, if you just keep reading, there is some ritual, some process, something that if you just were to follow it, if you just were to carry out these particular things, there's something on the other side of it. And that's what you think you're seeing here inside of this. All these glyphs are encoding some kind of cosmic formulae. Something that is almost instructional in a way.
Yeah, she's gonna keep studying it, like, kind of fervently.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I would look up to Patrick, I assume, is the only one not doing anything.
Yeah, pass me that man you found. Let's see if we can wake him up.
Yeah. I don't have any water in my canteen. You want to pour some on him? As I'm, like, lifting this scrawny man up over the ledge.
Okay. There's no lead. Like, you're literally, so, like, you guys are
I assume,
one room
like,
on
the
top
lip
of
of
the
the
other,
room.
so you're just sort of.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, like, think of it like you're going down into a hole in the middle of the room from the altar down into this other room. Like, there's a trap door connecting the two, and that's kind of what's happening.
That's what I meant. Onto the floor above. I misspoke.
Gotcha. Okay. Like, when you said ledge, I thought you were, like, throwing him off the side of the ledge of the pyramid. He just starts tumbling down like it's a slinky. Okay.
No, I got you. I'm on the same page.
Okay. All right. You can. You want to wake him up, Patrick? Is that what you said?
Yeah, give him like a splash of water, slap him around a bit.
And you splash while he's like, oh.
It's all right. It's all right.
He's looking around, terrified.
You didn't kill me when you shot me.
No. Everything is in Spanish, by the way. So, and he's just like panic talking. No, back inside. No, before it comes. No, back inside. No, it can come up here. It can come up here. Oh, no. And you could see like terror in his eyes.
I calmly but firmly put my hand over his mouth, and then I put the finger up to mine.
Shh. And he bites your hand.
Bastard. I slap him.
No. Go. And he's like motioning. No, go inside. And then as he's panicking, you hear from somewhere out on the pyramid steps. And then Patrick, you can see like a wetting of his pants as he has just wet himself at the sound of this.
All right, we'll get you back in there.
Yeah, maybe it's a good idea to get back inside.
It cannot come in. It cannot come in. This is the only safe place. This is the only safe place. I've been here for days. That is the only safe place.
We'll all go.
Please.
We'll all go. We'll all go.
And I'll lower him down to the room.
Lower him down.
Jump in after.
Marie will look to Will for
Will
help
jumping
since
after.
she got shot in the hip.
Will doesn't understand at first. Come on, let's get going.
It's all right, I got it, Will.
And she expects you to kind of do the hand thing so she can like kind of step into your hand and kind of get eased
Well, why didn't you
down.
say so? Not a mind reader.
Not a gentleman.
Is that how you ease someone down? I thought that's like this. The hand and the foot and the hand is how you push someone up.
It probably is,
You
which
throw her
is
to
why
the top
Will
of
had
that.
no idea what she was expecting.
I do throw her over the
Okay.
ledge off the pyramid.
And she just goes down like a slinky. All right, Will, Patrick, you both grab one hand and you help lower Marie back down. Okay. What are you guys doing? Are you hopping in too?
I'll
Oh,
hop in
yeah.
after.
Scrambling and pulling up my gun.
How do we close this thing?
Why would we close it? How do we get it back open if no one's up there? Someone has to pour the water in.
That's why we close it.
And you hear it getting closer. And Patrick, I'll give it to you. You see a shadow move by the slits, like on the western wall inside of this room that you guys are in. And you see, and you feel like the outer shell of the pyramid like almost shakes, and there's a little bit of dust kind of falls. As it dawns on you, like you think that the beast is maybe right on the other side of those slits. They're very narrow. Like they're like you all could, again, if you suck in and really tried, could squeeze out of them. But yeah, they're very, very tiny. But you can see the shadow as if you think there's something right outside.
I'm gonna ask the man in Spanish. You said I can't come in here?
No, I've hidden here for days. I've hidden. Come in, close the door.
Close it,
come in,
close it.
quick.
I'm gonna tell all of my. He says he can't come in here.
Tell him to close it.
I will tell him to help us close it.
Mr. Price, close
You
it.
have him bound.
How do you close it?
Just put it close. The mechanism. Put it close at that part. And he's like trying to suggest, and you can see, and I'll say, Marie, you see this. There's a mechanism underneath where the tumblers and such are. Like you can just push the trapdoor up, turn, and that'll slide a bar over top effectively.
I would say Marie will try to do that since she had kind of examined this from the top side.
Will help.
And you just hear the sounds of footsteps up above.
So she's moving and spinning and doing what she needs to do. No, clockwise. Clockwise.
Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Close it.
Exactly. That's what I was like.
And so you close the door, and it is now secure. But then you hear the thump as like something hits the other side of it. But then everything quiets.
We don't make a sound.
It's gonna be a
Carmelita.
weird stream then.
We're waiting for footsteps to like recede or something.
Carmelita, my Spanish is shit. You're going to have to translate for us. Ask him what the hell that thing is out there.
I will ask him that.
It is a beast. I don't know. It's the beast of. It is terrible. And it killed half of the expedition. It is. Oh, it is from It is from another world, of course. No, it is. It is. Whatever it is, it will feast on all of us. We cannot. We must just stay here. Here is safe. Here is safe.
De Belicazar said that it's...
and also about the musing that Balcazar did about this being the pet.
Is it Golgoroth's pet?
I asked that.
I don't. I believe it is a beast of Golsumol. It is not from here. It is from. He just kind of like looks around the room. Elsewhere, a different place, from a different time. So very hungry.
We've got some
what were
rations
you
for you.
trying to do here? Who were you trying to communicate with?
And he like looks over to Patrick, who like offered him rations. Like, yes, I am so hungry. I'm hungry.
You're from the previous expedition, the Bingus's.
Yes.
I'll pull up the journal. Was this yours?
Yes. That is how we can use that to leave. We can go somewhere else. We do not have to stay here. Use it. The instructions are there. I did not have the time to test it, but yes, it would work.
Instructions for what?
For this. And he's like gesturing around as like he's taking bites of whatever Patrick's like offering me. This here, it is the pencil. It will take us elsewhere. We will be safe. We will be
where elsewhere?
Elsewhere, anywhere is better than here. I came with 16, and I am the only one. They are all gone. Anywhere would be better. Yes.
I'm
yes,
gonna
please.
share with these guys and say, apparently he's found a way for us to just go somewhere. He doesn't know where, and he's never tried it before, but he worked out a way
tunnel?
for us.
What's he talking? There's a secret door in here?
And I will say, I don't think so. I don't know exactly what he means, but I'm sure he can explain it to us.
It is the observatory. It does not just look here. It looks elsewhere. It travels elsewhere. If you know the proper code, the proper rhythm. I have done the calculations. I can activate it for us. I promise. I mean, you no harm. I am so sorry. He looks at like Marie. I thought you were it. I thought you were one of them. I did not. I am sorry. I am so sorry. Please.
Did the calculations to go where?
I don't know where. I just know it will. This place. It is a machine. Yes, it is a machine. It is a godly thing. It will take us. It will take us to a different. It will take us to a different place. It will take us to the lair of Golgoroth himself. Yes, we can meet him. We could speak with him. We could stare into his eyes.
Why the hell would anyone want to do that?
You would not want to look into the eyes of a god? What other reason is there to live but such opportunity?
Marie wants to come around behind him as he had apologized to Marie, because the guy's still tied up. So Marie would kind of come around.
And he's like chewing.
Yeah.
Patrick's like,
and so, he had apologized to Marie for shooting and whatnot. And so Marie will kind of come around and unbind his hands. We severely outnumber him and whatnot. So she'll kind of come around and you promise that you're not going to hurt us.
Thank you. I will not. I could not. And he is a scrawny, bald, like he is definitely a man who does not look a physical threat to you. Like he is just this tiny little man kind of hunched over. And if you look in the photo, I'm sure you don't need to guess twice who I'm talking about. Yeah,
And
the photo of the expedition.
We've taken his firearm away, I would imagine,
Sure.
when Will had tied him up. So she sees
Will's got it in his back.
Will and Bev looking disapprovingly at her, but feels like it's the right thing to do so he can at least eat and drink and whatnot.
And he says, "Thank you so much. I need my notebook. If I wrote out the process. I went through the runes and the glyphs. I understand the formula. My journal, please. The process is in there. I could activate it. We are safe. The stone, the red stone. It is not of this world, but it will protect us. It will form. We will be safe. I promise. I swear." And Bev, like, he is like babbling and raving, but he's talking about having translated some of these things that you know.
Mm-hmm.
He sounds insane, but you also know that you think that he's right. Like, there is something to these glyphs, that it is some kind of activating kind of spell process ritual of some kind.
And she might, like, whoever has his book, she might snag it from them and, like, flip to those pages. And you guys just watch as Bev is intently, like, some of you have seen Bev on, like, a knowledge binge, and she is fully on one at this time of just, she has to put this together. Like,
Okay. Give me a library use test.
okie dokie.
I have the book, and we'll say that it was snatched out of her hands. And she kind of just looks at everybody, sort of like,
32, hard success.
okay.
So Bev comes over while everyone's on it, just grabs the book from you, and she's just starts paging.
Yeah, because you guys are all focused on this dude. Bev does not give a shit. Like,
Carmelin meanwhile looks to Will and says, if it can't come in here and you know it can take shots, then, you know, when we figure a way to make it bleed a little and retreat in here, and we just get a strategy. I'm not going to some fucking ritual that someone we just met may or may not work.
Okay. Let's take it back a step, Carmelita. Bev is going crazy, but she's the book person here. Just let her read the journal, see what she comes up with. If we have to fight that thing, we can, but we don't need to be opening the door and taking pot shots. You saw how long the reach was on that tongue. It grabbed you from how far away? 15, 20 feet?
Well,
it's not something we want to risk
come
right
in
now.
here, and the only way for us to leave is to make sure it's not out there. Then
It can't come in here while the door is closed. If we open that door, I'm pretty sure that tongue will come in here.
and Tom will probably come in here.
Let's just take a beat. We can rest for an hour. We can talk to this guy. We can figure things out. I'm not saying that we're going... the fact that you even think a ritual is going to take us on some sort of space trip out of here because this pyramid is a machine, I think you're kind of giving them a little bit too much credit. The guy's been trapped in here for days, months.
That's not what I said.
I'm not saying we're going to do a ritual now, all right? Let's just take a beat, think things through before we start taking pot shots and risking even more lives.
Yeah.
Marie and Patrick, are you guys doing anything in particular amongst this moment?
Like, give a chance to look at the room, see what I can make out of it.
Sure. So the walls themselves are made of this peculiar red stone, and that seems to be something that he keeps pointing to. Like, he even reaches up and, like, he'll touch it every now and then, and he'll say it's like safe. It's safe. It will protect us. And then all throughout the room, this strange mixture of, like, almost mathematical formula at times, but also glyphs. Like, to you, without like an anthropological or an astronomical background. It kind of just looks like almost like art to a degree, probably, but nonetheless, like it certainly doesn't look random. There is really nothing else in this room other than that kind of catches your attention. There's no standard doors, there's no windows. The slits that go out towards the western side that let in a little bit of light, but not much, and definitely shadows moving about in strange ways. But there's no other there's nothing else. There's no altar. There's no clear machine. Like, you don't see a machine in here. You just see a chamber of some kind with spirals and symbols and glyphs. Otherwise it's a very sparse room.
Then other than that, maybe I would take some time to maybe ground this guy we just found. Kind of bring him back to reality a bit. Tell him how long it's been, chat him up a bit, like a psychoanalysis. That could do anything.
Yeah, go ahead and give that a roll. Yeah, I like it. Try to calm him down a little bit.
66. I'll spend the 5 luck to pass.
Okay, so he is like frantically moving from one side of the room. He's like pointing to this glyph, pointing to that, and he sees the journal. He sees Dr. Key. Yes, that is it. Please let me see it. And like as he looks like he's about to lunge towards it, Patrick, you kind of intersperse yourself and you kind of talk him down. It's like, I'm sorry. I saw all of them die. I saw all of them torn to shreds, shot by them. By them, those who would be here and not here at the same time.
It's okay, we've seen it too.
There was a time it's just a week ago, we were in Merida, and we were preparing to go, and we were so very excited. I'm sorry. I am so tired. I feel like I have not slept in days. I've been here by myself. Oh, thank you for your kindness. I will not harm you, I promise. I promise you.
Just take it easy, the bitch. She'll figure it out. She's a smart one.
And Bev, you kind of do. How'd you do on your library use?
Library use hard success.
Okay. After having looked at the glyphs, given what your background is, and now reading this, you can add plus 3% to your Cthulhu mythos.
Okay.
You can reduce it, your sanity by 3, your max total sanity by 3. As what all of those things, when I was describing them to Carmelita, like these glyphs in the sideline, in the margins, these formulae, like to you can piece it all together. It all makes sense. They do not look disparate. They do not look random. Everything makes perfect sense. And you are certain that with the proper sort of activation of the different glyphs around the room, you could essentially create this barrier around the observatory that would allow it to move through both space and time. You're not sure exactly how you can control which time or space it goes to. That is something that you think you would know a way to do it, but until you've seen until you see the mechanism in action, you're not entirely certain. But you know how to do it. So effectively, you have learned a spell, so to speak.
Wow.
Okay.
So cool. Can you teach me?
I just lost a significant amount of sand. I lost 3 sand.
Oh, don't
Yeah.
act like
You
it's
didn't
not
lose
worth
3
the
sand.
trade-off.
That's not how that works.
Oh, it's just
Cthulhu Mythos goes up 3. You lose from your maximum.
Oh,
so
okay,
whenever
so
you
I
bump your
leave-
Cthulhu
okay.
Mythos, there's
It should
just
be
yeah.
automated on your
Okay.
sheet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Okay.
I think
Okay.
you know how to do it.
But then if
That's
you
so
use the spell,
cool.
you might lose some sand.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
different things like there's different costs. It could be like magic points. It could be sand.
We could kill Patrick to do it.
It's not hard. It's not hard. It's an activation of a series of glyphs It would just take you kind of moving over to here, touching this, uttering a phrase to there, in the right rhythm, and you think you can get this thing going.
I think I can get us out of here.
With time travel.
I think so.
To where?
Anywhere away from here.
What does that mean? Like the 9 of us, like our bodies go somewhere else?
Like this room, correct. As long as we're inside.
No, the physical room that contains all of us, or us individually?
No, us in this room.
Carmelita, don't enable her. She's already talking about time travel and everything. She's lost it.
And at that, she just kind of takes like a pissed off look at Will, and then she will immediately start enacting the spell.
Carmelita is not like paying attention to Will, but sort of like physically kind of gets in your way. Like, no. Explain to me what you're doing before you're doing it.
She ignores you, and she continues to do her processes.
I'm happy to try and physically move her hand till I know what the fuck is going on.
If you want to make a brawl test against her, you certainly could.
Actually, it's up to you. Do you want to like narratively keep going? Because I really like meta. I don't like PvP.
I'd intersperse and stop her from disturbing it.
Okay. Maybe it's like you grab her arm and then Patrick
and Beverly just kind of nudges her off.
We can do that.
Yeah, because I mean, Beverly would fight back because she, at this point, she's so frustrated. She's learned this thing. She can potentially get us out of this horrific situation. And she knows you like decently, but if Patrick trusts her and Marie and Will aren't stopping her,
Patrick is stopping you, I thought.
No, I thought he was stopping you.
What I just heard?
He's stopping you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Okay. Then if that's what it is, then I am not going to fight back.
Gotcha. Will does think Bev is crazy, but Carmelita's the new person here. So
I'm not fighting
I don't
back.
think he would try
I'm gonna fight. I'll fight back once. I'm not going to do it again.
Okay.
So while this is happening, as everyone there's this sudden like Carmelita goes for Bev, Patrick steps in and kind of separates that. Will kind of comes over. The three of you, Bev, what are you doing? Is now and then Rick's like, hey, come on. We all got to keep our heads together. And you could see the porters are coming over and all this is happening. What is Bev doing? Are you continuing to do your thing, or do you?
Continuing.
Okay, and so at some point, Bev, you look up and you can see Alvar, which is his name. He'll give you all, and he sees what you're doing, and he nods, and he starts kind of helping you. You see him slowly starting to come over here as there's this little mixture, this melee in the middle, and as you guys are all arguing, suddenly you hear the sounds of a deep bass, a hum of some kind, pressure sort of starts to build up in your chest. This grinding from somewhere maybe below you. It's hard to say for sure. And then the pressure starts to build up just behind your ear a little bit. And all of you are beginning to feel it now. And this high-pitched resonance starts to echo, and your ears begin to almost not bleed, but they definitely almost pop. There's it's the sound of glass that is, or the feeling like glass that is shaking and shaking and shaking and is getting ready to shatter. And all around you, as you guys are kind of shoving and pushing, and Bev and this guy just start going and kind of tapping here and there, the red stone walls start to darken. We can see these veins of this dull light start to suddenly glisten and cascade and move along each of these walls, connecting the various glyphs that both Bev and this Alvar have touched. First it's slowly, and then it's quickly, and you just see it almost looks like a series of constellations just shifting and moving together. The floor itself starts to starts to ripple as you look down at it. Like the stone that's there begins to kind of go somewhat vague, and it starts to ripple. The ceiling as well begins to fade away. You no longer see the seams between each of the stones. It just begins to almost warp and flatten. The glyphs on either side ignite this bright, cool green and then violet. And then it all sort of seems to sink a little bit. You feel this sudden sense of silence, as if the air has just been sucked out of the room. And this hum cuts out. There's like the glow begins to dim. Everything starts to slow down. The mechanism's quiet. And it seems something has happened. But we'll find out what that is next time. And we'll see what has just happened to you all.
Amazing.
All right.
Will doesn't believe it. Steven loves it.
Okay. All right.
I was like, Jeff presented this amazing opportunity, and I was like, I'm taking it.
Next week will be the finale. It's going to be great.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're going to meet Golgoroth.
Yes, I hear.
Normally, that's Long's shtick is to press the big
guys
button.
Show up. Yeah. You're in a Bass Pro Shop. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? What is going on? That's not right.
It's 2025.
Let's go ahead and let's do some closing plugs, and then we're going to get on out of here. We're going to throw it down. We're going to throw it down to Maitreyi. Maitreyi, tell us what it is that you do on the internet besides threaten Ashley.
I am Maitreyi's Games on YouTube, where I make system agnostic or multi-system developed content that centers the GM and player experience.
Fantastic. Let's see. Anyone else? Oh yeah, Steven, you've got something. What you got going on, man?
I made a game. It's called Huckleberry. It's a Weird West action horror game. If you like Hellboy, if you like Tombstone, this is the perfect game for you. It's a pretty flippin' fun game. You can watch playthrough of it here on the channel. We played through the Divine Comedy, the introductory scenario, and it's coming to BackerKit October 7th. Check out all the links on huckleberryrpg.com. Sign up for notifications on the BackerKit. We got a lot of cool stuff. You're going to love it.
Fantastic, man. Streaming wise, what we've got going on here, our next one is Monday, where we're going to be playing some We're in Danger, which is a game I made. We're doing like a little Hellboy homage on Mondays right now. So come take a look at that. Steve and I both like Hellboy. I think everyone likes Hellboy, right? If you don't like Hellboy, I mean, honestly, like, what's the point? Tuesday, we've got some Hardwired Island. We're playing through some cyberpunk millennials. Thursday, we've got Legend of the Mist. Friday, we've got Conan, first episode of Conan. We did our session 0, so this is gonna be the first play session, and that's what we got going on. And we'll be back next Saturday to see just where and when these people just travel to, if they travel at all, or it's all just in your heads and you're in the belly of that thing that just swallowed you.
Oh no!
But that's what we got. Let's go ahead and do a raid. We're gonna raid Boys from the Baltic Star. Looks like they're playing some games. So have a great rest of your night. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for hanging out. Bye-bye.
I was saying it.
Bye.